It is me, your board certified fantasy football guru, alongside his longtime nemesis, headache, and all around pain in the derriere, sidekick
Pain
for
in
our
the
sixth
derriere.
season of the NFL draft.
Yeah, we've done a few of these, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been here for a while, sir. We've been and dare I say our picks have been almost a little bit dead on, sir. We cut it
Today's
close.
gonna be tough, though. Today's gonna be tough.
Today's going to be a tough day. I mean,
I
I
just
took
want to put it
we
out there.
both
I
we
just want
both
to
have
put
our
it.
draft selections in our draft sheets here.
I want to put it
Um,
out there. I want to put it out there.
I told Sidekick
Could have been
before
in
the
Montreal doing it live, but someone dropped the ball again.
we'll see
Whatever. I
you for
mean,
the beginning of the football season, sir. Let's not get ahead. Let's not get the cart ahead of the
Alistair,
horse.
Randy, Ryan, Susie, they all know that these
They're all
words
busy. Actually, Ryan's on her way.
mean nothing.
Randy's on her way
But
to see Dexter this weekend.
ooh,
She's on her
Island,
way.
the
She's on her
Island
way.
man. Woo.
Yeah, that's right. She's on her way to an island somewhere. I don't know, but Dexter's waiting in the winds, my friend.
Oh,
Waiting in the
Dexter.
winds.
There's a lot of history there with old Dex.
Absolutely, absolutely. So as we were saying, kids, this is one season that I believe, at least in the top 10, there's going to be a lot of movement. Sidekick was saying something interesting before the draft started. He's looking at a team like the Jets to move up to maybe
Yeah,
as much as number three.
I'm going off the board a little bit. Everyone thinks that it's going to be Minnesota or Denver trying to trade up to get the quarterback that they want, but I'm throwing caution to the wind. I think that the New York Jets, with a healthy Aaron Rodgers, with a full arsenal of weapons, could benefit from Marvin Harrison Jr. And I think they're the ones that are going to move up from 10 to 3 to take. And again, there's been some speculation whether he's the number one receiver in the draft. Like leading up to it, he was. Now people are talking about Malik Neighbors. But
Yeah.
I think Marvin Harrison has shown enough that like imagine him with Garrett Wilson.
Well, I was just going to say this right
Imagine
now.
that 1-2 punch for a healthy AR.
Look, I was going to say this right now. If that were to happen, you could put the Jets in the Super Bowl today, my friend.
Yeah, that whoa.
No, I don't see how you start. And didn't they pick up another receiver this year?
In free agency?
I believe they did.
Well, they
By the way,
no one noteworthy, no one big. Like I mean,
you know what? I'll check that out. But shout out to my boy Zach Wilson for finding a home.
yeah, but again, I think the book is out on him. He's going to be at best a career backup. I think.
Well,
I just
can you
don't see
say-
him. I just don't see him being the guy. I think Denver's going to make a move tonight to grab
I was about to say the same thing.
hopeful quarterback of the future because this is a quarterback heavy draft, man. There's a lot of
100%.
talent. But again, here's the thing: one of them, maybe two, are going to be like NFL starters, possible superstars. There's going to be a couple whiffs. Like,
Yes.
This is just what happens. There's no way that all of these guys are going to be like the guy. So it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out because depending again, Minnesota, Denver, New England.
Everybody watching, we have TVs in front of us. So if you hear a little background noise, it's only because we're watching at the same time. We are getting ready to start. Is that Roger Goodell I see on stage, sir?
Well, right now it's the Detroit Lions. They got the whole team out there. I mean, as we know, the draft is in Detroit. Looks like a good party.
Absolutely.
But Goodell will be up there shortly.
There's a team we haven't talked about in a while, but they're a few pieces away from being a very, very, very solid football team.
They're already a solid football team. I mean, they showed in that NFC Championship game. I mean, they were putting it on my Niners, and then greatness won the day. But still, they showed that they're going to be there for a hot minute.
Eminem's on stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, obviously. Barry Sanders is probably in the mix. I wouldn't be surprised if Barry was in here. I mean, by the way, did you see that documentary, Bye Bye Barry?
Yeah.
Tell me you have. Wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, everyone knew he was a good guy and all the rest of it, but it's like, man, if you weren't a fan before,
how could you not be,
dude? Yeah, I think
Barry had a lot
on the field, but I mean, he might be even better off the field. You know what I mean? Sitting there with his boys, and yeah, that was a good documentary. If you haven't seen it, I think it's on Prime. Go watch it.
I think one of the things about Barry too was he went out so quietly and didn't make noise, and hopefully Detroit is shaking that knot of just not taking care of the people that take care of them, but treated him really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think he hit the
Calvin
point.
Johnson really bad. That quarterback, I think it all started with that quarterback from the 70s, wasn't it? 60s or 70s?
that's your time. That's before my.
Whatever.
I'm not familiar with those decades. That's a Daryl. That's a Daryl window. I'll let you handle.
I'm gonna let you tell that. My name is Guru, sir. My name is Guru.
Okay, so
is there any surprise at number one? We got Chicago at number one. Is there
No,
any surprise coming up here?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can.
Again, we talked about this before. I don't understand why the Bears handled that the way that they did, because they still could have shipped Fields away.
And had
basically
power
up until right now for what they got. But by playing the cards close to the chest, they could have been able to work something else out. You know what I mean?
Especially considering so many teams need a quarterback.
Exactly. But, I mean, whether they were just not sold on him and they want to get rid of him, fair enough. But just why do that months ago? Like, wait, you can still pick Caleb first in about 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, so these are the things, though. Like, that's the reason why they're the GMs and we're not. There's obviously things in play.
They supposedly know that we don't.
They know that we don't. Like, personally, the biggest, and we talked about this before, like, the biggest thing about Fields, like, that to me is a sign that there are some real problems with Justin Fields if that's all they got and they wanted to get it back then. So we'll see what happens with Pittsburgh, but who knows?
Okay, but is that a Caleb Williams problem or is that an organization problem? Did they just drop the ball?
I think they did.
I mean, I know you always like to make the brother wrong, but
no, I'm just saying, like, you could still pick Caleb first by not tipping your hand like that. You know what I mean? Why do that back then?
Yeah,
even
true.
if you like him, even if you're 100% set on him, well, you're the only one that knows that. Why show the world what you're thinking and what you want to do back then? Anyways, Absolutely. It is what it is. Caleb's going first. There's no way, like, by doing what they did with Fields, it's like they're not taking Drake May, they're not taking Bo Nix, they're taking Caleb Williams. So
exactly. Well, here we go, my friend. It looks like the pick is in.
So here's the question. Let's just move forward. Who's going number 2 to Washington?
Okay. So here's where my draft honestly begins and ends because I have no idea what's going on after here. But I do have Jaden Daniels going number 2.
Really?
I have Jaden Daniels going number 2.
I got Drake May, but
so you like Drake? Okay.
Well, again, it's each one of these, like the 2, 3, 4 guys. I mean, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy.
Well, JJ McCarthy's making a lot of noise right now.
They all have tons of upside, but then there's also questions with each one. So as there should be with, college quarterbacks. I think that Drake May is going to be the guy, but who knows? I just want to see some trades. Again, on my board, I only have one trade. I got the Jets moving back to number 10 with the Patriots. But, dude, there's so many other things that could be in play here. This is an offensive-heavy draft. In years past, there's lots of defensive players that are kind of like running the top 10. This year, there's obviously 3 quarterbacks, maybe 4 that go in the top 10. There's tons of wide receivers that go potentially in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. So, yeah.
Let's talk about Caleb Williams. What do you think of him as a player?
As a player, he has that potential to be generational, but. And again, you never know with these stories that come out and these rumors. Like, what was that thing that someone said, whether it was him or his agent or his dad or whoever, saying that whoever he goes to, he wants like part ownership of the team. Like, that to me is like, you don't have your priorities straight. If you're talking about that kind of stuff and you haven't been drafted yet.
Well, okay, but thank you, LeBron James, for at least making these players come up in the league and start thinking that way. I mean, good on them for thinking.
But you can't think that way before you've played it down. You can't. You haven't done nothing.
But everybody gets paid on potential now anyway. I mean, you have a player that doesn't play the game, but he signs for millions in endorsements because they know potential.
Oh, no, for sure. But I'm saying, talking about being an owner, like, before you've even played it down, I don't like that. Like, I want to see him go out and ball out. And then, like, look at Mahomes. You know Mahomes is going to be an owner, right? Has he said anything about that? No, because he doesn't have to. His body of work is out on the field.
Do you actually know he's going to be an owner? Do you know he's going to be an owner? Is he going to be a part owner? Is he going to be one of those 30% owners? Is he going to be an owner?
He's a guy like Mahomes. The world's his oyster. He can do whatever he wants, basically, at this point. You know what I mean? Why is Tom Brady not an owner yet?
Because he got paid $150 billion to be a commentator.
Does he come back?
Okay. Did you want to go there? Did you
I
want to
just
go
read
there?
I read a thing the other day saying he didn't
He's talking and
dismiss
thinking
he
exactly.
didn't dismiss the notion of if a team needed a quarterback, something happened down
San
the stretch,
Francisco.
would he be willing to
He
step in?
mentioned San Francisco, by the way.
Don't need him. We got our quarterback. Moving
At
on.
this point, last year, you said you would welcome Tom Brady to the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, of course, this time
today, right
last
now.
year, this time last year with Brock still recovering from the elbow situation, Trey
Right.
Lance being Trey Lance, of course. Now, no. Don't
So
need
there's no room for Tom Brady as a San Francisco 49er.
No, because our team's good to go, man. We're knocking on the door.
One more
Why
season,
mess
one more
it? No,
season.
no. You should be looking at Tom Brady.
Here's a question.
You should be looking at Tom Brady with the
I
Cowboys.
smell you. Here's a question for your team, sir. Is it out of the question that Brandon Ayuk may not be up for a trade today? Is it out of the question? The rumors are out there. And
Of course, there's rumors. It's draft day. Sonny Weaver's fucking making phone calls on days like today. Don't worry about it. Debo, Kittle, Ayuk, McCaffrey, Brock, all the main guys are in play. We're fine. Don't worry about that.
So in your mind, there's no chance.
Okay. Being completely honest, there's a chance for anything to happen. But is it realistic? No. Like, another team would have to send a package to them that's just ridiculous for Lynch to make that trade. I don't think they're going to do it.
So under no circumstances does Lynch make that trade for you.
Okay, where are we picking? San Francisco's at the bottom of the first round. By the way, excited to have a first-round pick for the first time in a decade.
Well, it's been a minute, sir. It's been a minute since you have had any interest in the draft.
It would have to be like a top 10, possibly top 5 pick to trade down, or maybe just get something that another team's not going to give up.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, realistically, is someone going to give up what San Francisco would have to accept to make that trade? No. So it's not going to happen. I don't want it to happen. I want to keep that. Like, with Brock making $900,000 for another year, it allows us to keep all these guys, to extend Ayuk.
But are you gonna go the route of the Dallas Cowboys and not get that contract signed this year?
Yeah, I'll back it up. No,
So
we're not going to go the road.
so-
We're not going to go the road of the Dallas Cowboys because we don't get knocked out in the first round. We don't have trouble. Look at your face.
At any point, I can finish my point, sir.
Go ahead.
Do you actually think this is the year that you sign him early so that it doesn't become a distraction and a headache next year?
Sign who early? Ayuk?
Brock.
You can't sign him. You can't give him an extension because of his draft position. He has to play for one more year.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Because he was Mr. His last pick in the whole entire draft.
Mr. Irrelevant. Okay, the pick is in, but yeah, no, you can't. He can only make that money this year. So
true. No surprise here, I don't think, for the pick.
And quite frankly, I think that's a bad thing for San Francisco because if we had the chance to extend him, we would.
It is a bad thing because I would sign him now. I'd sign him.
Yeah, because if he balls out for another year, it's just going to add that much more value, which he's going to. The guy's not going to play. He's not going to have a regression.
Is he going to
Caleb is a Chicago Bear. So
here we go.
We're 1 for 1.
Here we go. So no surprise here.
No.
He was a consensus number 1 the whole football season. Some people are calling him a generational talent. What's your thoughts on that? Do you see him as a generational talent?
I mean, he's got the potential, but I don't. It's too early to just be like, yeah, you're going to be that guy. This is going to be the, But he's got the potential. He definitely has the potential.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. How's
it going?
It's going good.
No. Yeah.
Oh boy,
I'm still working. Hey, are you guys going to continue on? Okay, because I was going to say it's pouring out there. Like if you actually do want like a half rain check, I'll do it. I almost feel bad. Like talk to your boys, but if you want to keep going, you're more than welcome. What's that?
Guys,
don't worry about me, man. You guys do you.
You guys want a bag of chips? You guys want some popcorn? Guys, so okay.
This is what happens when we do the
here.
draft.
A rainy day.
Some people still have to work.
Whatever you want to call it.
You should have flown me out to Montreal like you said you would.
Shocking detail here. Rainy day in Vancouver. Is that what we're talking about right now? Pouring rain. Is that what you said?
Anyways, number 2 pick in the draft coming up. Don't need your.
Okay, so who do you have at number 2, sir?
I got Drake May.
You got Drake May. Okay. Why did Drake May over? Why do you take Mayo over Daniels?
I'll throw in that I will not be surprised if another guy goes.
No, 100%. I mean, JJ can go right now. Like, who knows who can go right now?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm with you on Jaden Daniels. That's sort of like 6-1, but this is why I have the trade scenario with the Patriots, because I think, yeah, they would probably want to take him at 3 if he's available, but I think they can move down to 10 in the Jet spot and still get him and get. I mean, the Patriots have gone on record. They will need a huge return to move out of the 3 spot. I think the Jets will pay it to get Marvin Harrison.
Well, let's just
because AR's got maybe 2 years. I think coming off the Achilles, who knows? But like, now's the time. Surround him with like crazy amount of talent. And I mean, you're already kind of like knocking on the door. They got a really good set of offensive players there, right? So,
well, this is it. So I mean, but let's talk about them for a second. Chicago surrounded him with a wealth of talent. I mean, they picked up a lot of free agents for him. They got him a tight end. They got him a receiver. They got him some O-line help. He's not going into a Bryce Young situation where they're throwing him to the woods. They actually tried to help him out with some players around him. So I don't know. Like, Chicago's one of those teams that are making good moves right now.
Which is fine, but again, it all boils down to like, can he translate his skill set from the college game to the pro? Because I don't care how many Keenan Allens you have or Cole Kmets or like.
Look, those are big names, B.
They are big names. But again, it's like, if you can't pick up blitz packages, you don't know how to read a defense properly, you don't know how to do all the things that an NFL quarterback needs to do to be successful, then it doesn't matter, man. I mean,
well, he is coming out of a college system.
I'll give you, and again, I don't like throwing my team under the bus, but like Trey Lance had every opportunity, all the weapons, and look what happened. Just wasn't the guy. So it doesn't matter. And again, I think Caleb Williams is far and away a superior quarterback to Trey Lance, but you don't know. You don't know.
That's it. I mean, and you already know my theory. It's not going to happen this year because there's too many teams that have holes that need a quarterback to play right away. But here's a quarterback that I see. If nobody wants to learn anything, learn it from the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love stayed on the bench for 4 years. He's coming out and playing as a professional quarterback right now.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too. By the moves that the Bears have made, Keenan Allen, who's pretty long in the tooth, that's not a move you make if you're wanting your first overall pick, future superstar, to like learn on the bench for a few years. You know what I mean? That's a win now move, in my opinion. So again, do you even know any other quarterbacks on the roster? Like, who's their backup? This is the Caleb show now. You know what I mean?
100%. Like they put all their ducks in a row, right? He has to play now when he has to ball out.
Exactly.
Now, do I think that's ideal? Not even a little bit.
Because if you wanted to like have him redshirt for a season or 2 or 4,
yes,
then you keep Fields and you let Caleb sit there, whatever. But again, that's a complex situation because
you let Fields feel the heat.
But what does that say to Fields though if you use your first overall pick on him as opposed to like personally, what I thought they should have done.
Wait a minute, what is Pittsburgh telling him right now? Same thing.
Yeah, but with Chicago though, again, Caleb might end up being like the fucking cat's pajamas. But if they were smart, in my opinion, they would have used that first pick and turned that into a bunch of other things to solidify the team around Justin Fields. Like, absolutely. You could still go out and do all the things in free agency, but you could have taken that first pick. Like, a lot of teams would have paid a huge amount for that, and then given him like a couple of pieces on defense via the draft. Could have gotten another wide receiver, O-line, like so. But they felt like that was the Caleb Williams is the guy, right? But Chicago wasn't a bad team. Like, I like Justin Fields, but clearly the brass was like, no, we got to go in a different direction.
Exactly. So let's talk about the team that's up now.
The pick is in. So no trade here.
Commanders need help kind of everywhere, but they really do need a quarterback.
Oh, no, it's quarterback for sure. Like, look at
new defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, who took half the Cowboys with him.
They did make a bunch of pretty good moves in free agency.
They picked up Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, every move that they made, it was like, okay,
yeah,
I got no problem with that. So the issue too is like now you're picking up a rookie quarterback. How does that fit into a system where you got a bunch of veterans and a team that quite possibly is ready to kind of make a move now? Because we both agree, rookie quarterbacks, more often than not, they take a couple of years. It's tough to throw
100%.
them.
And especially on a team that doesn't have any O-line help. They need a lot of O-line help there in Washington.
Yeah.
Especially considering they gave a lot, but listen, whoever's going here is going into a good situation as well. I mean, we like the receivers. We like Scary Terry.
Yeah, you got Dotson.
Dotson's a primetime receiver.
Yeah, Logan Thomas is still there.
So whoever goes here is going to have help.
Wow. Jaden Daniels. You were right, sir. You were right. 2 for 2.
That's why they call me the guru, sir. I just think they were looking at him all off season. Obviously, I'm in that division. I kind of have an eye on what people are looking at. They liked him from the beginning of the season. Again, another quarterback coming from a college-ready system, right?
Oh yeah, LSU is. There's nothing wrong with that program. So.
Yep.
But again, remember, like, wind the clock back a year. Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was C.J. Stroud, and all. Like, look at what the situation.
Yeah, you had Richardson.
But Stroud now is if he had to do it over, right?
Right.
So we'll see what happens with Jaden Daniels. Like, in a year, do we talk about, man, how did Jaden Daniels go second? Like, this guy should have been whatever, right? So,
not happy about him coming into my division. But listen, this young crop of quarterbacks, as we can see, young, black, and strong, that combination of good runner, solid passer, NFL-ready system, they have all the hallmarks to do something. Yeah. It's just a question of, are they going to get rushed too fast? Are they going to get in a position where you're going to need to learn too fast?
But the thing, too, is new coach, new leadership, new system, right?
Absolutely.
There's so many questions about, and again, they're in a pretty tough division. There's a lot, like the NFC East, always competitive.
One thing
that's going to be interesting to watch, though. Going to be interesting to watch.
One thing that got for me that got exposed about their head coach this year is Dan Quinn completely got outclassed by this new breed of young coach who, they're all offensive minded and their offenses are crazy. And these old system of coaches, to me, just can't seem to keep up with these young coaches right now.
To some degree. But again, like, there's a lot of these new breed coaches that fall on their face. Like, remember not that long ago, Cliff Kingsbury was like,
yeah, he was hailed.
Right in there with like the McVays and the Shanahans. I think he's an OC somewhere now. Like, he lost the job in Arizona. So, and yet there's old school guys. Like, I mean,
Andy Reid.
Right. And again, Andy Reid has benefited a lot from his quarterback situation. Right. So it really just depends on the personnel you put around him. Like, everyone's got a great plan. It's just, can you execute? Right. Well, the old Mike Tyson line. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
100%. Okay, for me right now, sir, this is where the draft begins. My notes on the New England Patriots right here are they need everything. They need help all along the board. They're in a full rebuild right now.
But you know what I like about them right now? They've moved on from the Belichick era. Jared Mayo, like, great player, but I think he's going to try and change the culture there. Obviously, I don't want them to win anymore. I think everyone's tired of the Patriots doing Patriot things, but oh shit. Okay, well, I'm wrong again. No trade. The pick is in.
So it looks like they're taking a quarterback. So I think your boy's up right now.
Yeah. So this
instead of they're going to take a quarterback would be your boy, and that's crazy because I think they had a lot to gain with that pick because they need help everywhere. If they would have not went for a quarterback right now, I think they could have really, really gave themselves at least 4 or 5 picks in this draft, maybe next draft.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I think one of the big reasons why they didn't do anything is by trading back and trying to, like, be clever with what happened a couple years ago with Mac Jones, it blew up in their face. I think at this point, they're like, you know what? We're picking third. Let's take the best guy available instead of,
Not going to happen. My friend, I'm going to tell you right now, we know this organization. We know how we are. It's white time. JJ is a New England Patriot. I'm making the call right now.
You think JJ over Drake?
He has all the hallmarks for that organization.
Drake may, though.
Listen, in the last month or so, all the talk has been about JJ. I mean, his stock has risen in the last month or so. And I think it's a New England move. Who was your pick for the Patriots right now? Honestly, I didn't think they were going to have a pick right now, so I'm kind of shocked.
Personally, I thought that Mayo was going to go second. I thought he was the second best quarterback, so I'll slip him down to third. I think a big winner here is the Cardinals because they're going to get Harrison or Neighbor. I think it's going to be Harrison, but
are they going to?
Neighbors is also a good pick.
Yeah, but also for the Cards, I was saying, and I'm not going to lie, they are looking at a quarterback too. So,
no, I think Kyler still is going to get. He's going to get every opportunity. I think they're going to try and put some pieces around him. But here's another thing too: the Cardinals are a team they don't need one thing; they need 10 things. So the Cardinals might be in a situation where, like, if someone at 6, 7, 8, 9 wants to move up. Now, here's the thing. Here's another scenario. Chicago's picking at 9. Do they do something wild and move up and grab the top receiver or what they think is the top receiver in the class to go with Caleb?
No, because they still have a shot at a top edge. They still have a shot at a top offensive.
And they do need help on the edge, but again,
and don't forget, after this quarterback party's over,
Keenan Allen's getting a little bit older. We'll see what happens, but
I'll tell you what this means, though. It means your fantasy booking of the Jets is over, but I think the Jets get their tight end.
I mean, who knows? They're picking 10. Oh, Drake May. All right, so
Drake May win. Okay, there you go. I thought but you know what? That leaves. Listen, we still got quarterbacks out here now. Who's going to move up? Is Minnesota going to move up? Are the Giants going to move up? Actually, if the Giants just relax right now,
I don't think the Giants. I don't think the Giants take a quarterback.
They have to take a quarterback.
You don't think that they're still, because of the money, because of the contract, you don't think that they're still tied to Daniel Jones for a little bit, at least one more year?
Oh, hell no! Not if they're smart. I mean, they've got to cut their losses. They made a big mistake with that, man, and they've got to cut their losses.
I haven't done the research, but if they were to move on from Daniel Jones, the dead cap hit plus all the rest of the ramifications would cripple them, as opposed to, like, hey, you know what? Maybe we just mismanaged him last year, because he has shown talent. Like, it's not like Daniel Jones is like a fucking zero.
No, he hasn't.
He's had his moments.
He was running 60 yards without anybody around him, and he fell down by himself. That is his career in a nutshell. That's his career.
All I'm saying is
he's the most overhyped
player ever
come out of a draft.
They're picking at 6, and they could get.
We were sitting down at the table.
They could get a legitimate
superstar
receiver at 6.
Well,
We'll see. But I think, you know how it goes with these drafts. Once the first trade happens, it's the domino effect, and all of a sudden, so we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, one of the teams Minnesota, the Raiders, the Giants. Somebody has to jump up at some point and take a quarterback before they go.
Denver.
But I don't know. Is Denver kind of like saying, well, maybe we stop some of the bleeding? I don't know. I don't think either one of us wants Zach Wilson's the answer.
Situation will provide. Like, if it's manageable to move up from 12 into the top 5, Peyton's looking at it. Like, Peyton's not going to just be like sitting there like, okay, whatever happens at 12, it'll fall to us. Like, so. But they do need.
Is the pick in right now?
No, 5 minutes on the clock for the Cards.
Are the Cards going to make a trade? They can get some capital right now.
The clock is ticking, so they're obviously working the phones. I mean, when you know who you want, usually it's like the 10-minute clock gets to 9 or 8, and all of a sudden the pick is in. It's trickling down. So
I think the big surprise right now is there's no surprises. I thought there was going to be movement now. And there still could be. The pick's not in.
There still could be, man. Like, I think that they're probably talking about it right now. 4 minutes now. So,
well, what do you do if you're Arizona? You know you need help everywhere. You're kind of trusting your quarterback.
I take Harrison. There's nothing wrong with taking Marvin Harrison Jr. right now, because Kyler Murray.
I have him going to the Cards.
And again, I'm going to preface this: not Kyler Murray, a healthy Kyler Murray coming into the season.
Yes,
gives you an opportunity to win. Like, he's not that far removed from being a superstar quarterback. Just, you know how it is in the NFL. If your team goes in the fucking shitter, halfway through the season, everyone's checking out. It's a lost season. Right now, Arizona could, again, that's a tough division too. They have a long way to go, but Marvin Harrison Jr., man, he's elite.
No, listen, he's a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, not even just him. Like Booger McFarland was going on about Malik Neighbors, and like, I'm not disputing that. That guy, I mean,
but we're talking about full Madden cheat code. If what you thought was right,
yeah.
If you went to the Jets,
pick is in, so no trade here. 4 picks.
Okay, so Marvin Harrison's going to the Cards.
Or Neighbors.
Very good pick for
or
them.
Neighbors. One of the two. I think they go wide out though, just because.
Well, okay, you said it though. I mean, the elite of the elite in this draft is Marvin Harrison. He might actually be
the one thing, and again, this could be
draft.
just fluff, but like leading up to the draft, he was like the bona fide number one. The last little
That's
bit,
what I'm saying. Yeah,
people have been saying, "Oh, well, maybe he's a little soft. Maybe like his competitive edge isn't there like other guys. Doesn't got that dog in him." To me, it's like I don't know how you could say that about a kid who's like done what he's done. I think that's just analysts trying to like
make a story. And plus,
exactly, they're trying to be the guy that comes up with something. So
look, a lot of that happened, and you said it. A lot of that happened because of Chicago. If Chicago didn't make that trade, right now there would be arguments as to who's going to be number one. If Chicago was still sitting there with a quarterback, because you have to figure if Fields is still there, they're looking at Marvin right now.
Oh no, if they kept Fields, they would have traded the pick.
You think so?
Because you could have traded back to number fucking 4 and still gotten Harrison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was one or the other. It was you're going to be a Fields guy or you're going to be a Caleb guy. It was just the return. Like, what was it? A conditional 6th or something?
Yeah.
It turns into a 4 if he plays half.
Yeah. And they're going to get that 4, but they gave him away.
Which begs the question, why? What's so bad about this guy that they just gave him away?
I don't even think it's him. I think that was an organization thing.
There you go. Marvin Harrison.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
and you talk about
what is there to say about this kid? The potential on this receiver right now is you're looking at a father and son with a gold jacket.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and again, you talked about not being a big fan of Jaden Daniels coming to your division. Well, now I got to deal with this guy twice a year. So
yeah.
But that's fine. You know what I mean?
And having no secondary, that's going to be a problem.
Excuse me?
Sorry?
Wow, really? Played half the season without Hufanga, no secondary.
Okay.
Travarius Ward, no secondary.
Gesundheit. I have no idea why you're sneezing on air, but try and keep it to yourself.
Just relax.
Try and keep it to yourself. No, he really is a problem for that division. I mean, he is. Listen, if there's anybody that has the potential to play in the Pro Bowl right now as a rookie, is there anybody that has potential to be the rookie of the year?
But having said that,
he checks all those boxes.
Kyler's got to get him the ball, though, right? So his success.
That's never been a problem for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's not a bad quarterback.
No, exactly. And his ability to extend plays will give Marvin Harrison the time and space
to
do special things. Because, again, it's like off the line for 2-3 seconds, most defensive players in the league, most secondary guys can lock a guy up or be there step for step. If all of a sudden 3, 4, 5 seconds comes into play, Marvin Harrison's gone.
Yeah.
So
without question. Plus, my take here is okay. Let's go into the Chargers. I think there's another receiver coming off the board, sir.
I'm going tight end here. Brock Bowers.
Really?
Yeah, I think that they want to give Justin that. Like they've been trying to find it. Gerald Everett and then Donald Parham.
Listen, they lost everybody. They lost Eckler. They lost Williams.
Yeah, but they replaced them with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. The running back game is fine. Like,
come on,
Baltimore Ravens with the number one.
J.K. Dobbins out loud. Come on, B.
I'm just saying. We'll see what they do in the draft, but the Chargers' offense, as much as people are worried about losing Williams and losing Keenan Allen, it's like, dude, things get a lot easier if you have that number one tight end. Because let's face it, every other team in the league has seen what Kelsey has done for Kansas City. I'm not trying to compare Bowers to Kelsey by any means, but if you hit that lotto ticket and you get that guy that can become that safety valve, but also can block, it opens up so many things in that offense. Like Brock Bowers, far and away the best tight end in the class. I think he goes here. I think he's a great fit for the Chargers.
No, I think if you're gonna go, you gotta go with the big name receiver.
Okay, Neighbors though. Neighbors would be a great one.
But that's my call. It's my call right now.
That would be. I mean, if you're basically trading away Keenan Allen and you're replacing him with Neighbors,
you have to go for Neighbors. You have to go. My pick was Neighbors right now because you have to start somewhere, and you have a quarterback that needs a receiver more than he needs a tight end.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get his Christmas present. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get his tight end today.
You think? Hey, I don't see him falling down to 10. I don't see Bowers.
Really?
Falling. No. They'd have to trade up. They'd have to do something. Bowers is not getting outside the top 10.
I don't think so, sir.
The Giants are picking at 6. That's a good fit for tight end. They could use him.
The Giants are taking a quarterback right now. Let's not get crazy. JJ is a Giant right now.
Care to make it interesting?
Always.
Work off this 19-year-old debt that we've had hanging over our heads for the last.
Let's work it off.
All right. How much that you're saying that the Giants go quarterback?
First of all, where are we at? We're at 780 right now, right?
Well, I'm impressed.
And I'm impressed. I'll take a bill off it. Giants have to get a quarterback. If the Giants don't get a quarterback, if the Giants don't take a quarterback, what are they taking in your mind?
Wide receiver or tight end, depending on who's available.
You got to make a call, sir. I said quarterback. You got to make a call.
Okay, so you say quarterback.
We're talking about the Giants, not the Chargers, right? The Chargers are taking a wide receiver right now.
Chargers up now. Giants are next.
Yeah, Neighbors, yeah.
Okay, if anything else happens, no money changes hands. It just if
100%. And I'm putting a bill on it. I'm going to go to 6.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, so you say quarterback. Oh. I'm gonna stick with my original prognostication and go wide receiver.
You have a better chance at wide receiver than I do quarterback because literally they have
not really. They need both.
Listen to me carefully, sidekick. They have no wide receivers in New York. It all depends on how much they believe in the wide receivers coming up now. But wait a minute. We're at 2 minutes and 30-something seconds?
They actually cut away. They actually cut away the commercial, so maybe
there's no. I got it live here. We're at 2:30, and the Chargers are still on the clock.
People are calling them up.
People are talking right now.
Yeah, because there's people like I guarantee.
Denver's on the phone right now. Minnesota's on the phone right now.
Oh yeah,
the Raiders are on the phone.
This is draft day Sonny Weaver shit right here.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that the Chargers don't need.
Going.
The one thing the Chargers don't need is a quarterback. So they're kind of like. And this is precisely why the Bears, again, I don't want to beat the dead horse, but this is why the Bears.
I don't understand why they did that.
Shouldn't have done what they done because there's so many people.
They had everything in their hand.
But you know what, though? In 3 years, we may be like, yeah, that's the best pick ever for the Bears because Caleb's the guy. So who knows? So you're going quarterback for the Giants. Okay, and again,
it looks like I'm on my way to Pittsburgh this year for a game against the Dallas Cowboys, sir.
You know what? I love it when the ticker comes up and I see spelling errors and stuff. It's perfect. Happens every year. I'm looking forward to that Tennessee Titan singular. That guy's good. He's big. Almost as good as the Minnesota Viking.
The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute and 38 seconds. The pick is in.
All right.
So where are you going with the Chargers right now? I say they're gone wide receiver. Your boy Neighbors found a neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm still with tight end here, but with Neighbors falling, that might be because he's the best available on the board. Yeah, you know what? Because there's other tight ends that you can get later. I think wide receiver, Malik Neighbors. But again, if that doesn't happen, then the Giants almost have to take him. But yeah, quarterback.
Well, this is a fact.
Quarterback makes sense for the Giants too, so we'll see.
I think I think it's a foregone conclusion that the New York Football Giants are taking a quarterback, and if they don't, they're foolish. They're absolute fools if they don't.
We'll see what happens when it gets there. But right now, it's the Chargers.
Well, we have.
I can't believe we made it this far and there's been no trades.
Listen, I'm shocked. I am shocked. And you know what? I'm not going to get upset right now. I'm not going to say what I want to say it loud. I'm not going to get upset. But obviously, when we get to certain teams in the league that need everything, best player on the board for teams right now is looking really good. All this whole quarterback and wide receiver play, very good for teams that need help.
If they take Neighbors here, Justin Herbert is going to be fucking.
He's going to be happy as a.
I'm excited to see how that offense is going to look because completely revamped.
Completely.
They still definitely need help on the offensive line, but
did they need to blow it up though? Did they need to blow it up?
I think they did just because it was stagnant. They had it for 3 years, and it clearly wasn't working. Like Eckler is great, but for some reason wasn't happening. Williams and Allen were supposed to be that 1-2 punch, wasn't getting them there.
Was it Herbert?
And the coaching was a big thing though.
And Brandon they had some kind of defense too.
They did, but that
they had the real Bosa. What?
The real Bosa. This guy with his.
Isn't that what they call him?
This guy with his comedy quips.
Isn't that what they call him? I don't know. That's the name on the street down here, B. I don't know. Listen, we all know that the Chargers.
Joe Alt, tackle from Notre Dame.
Wow.
And I had him going at 7 to the Titans.
So did I.
But, I mean, hey, that just goes to show. Protect that blind side, man. That's –
you know what that means?
You know what? It's not a sexy pick, but that's important. That's almost more important than getting him another receiver because, this guy's a tank. Bonafide best offensive lineman in the draft.
Facts.
He's fucking filthy. So –
that's a huge pick, man.
Yeah.
Who's he throwing the ball to, by the way? Because I don't know what.
I think that'll be determined in a little bit later in the draft. I don't think they've got another pick in the first, so they're gonna have to wait until the top of the second. But this is where the trades come into play. Maybe they fucking make a move up just to grab somebody. Because again.
If you're the Giants right now, you're very happy because you know you have a quarterback. I'm very happy because I know I'm at 680.
Dude, I'm very happy because I know I just won another $100.
I'm definitely at 680.
The Giants.
Listen, if the Giants are smart,
the Giants are taking Neighbors, man.
If they're smart, they are.
They're taking Neighbors.
If they're smart, they are.
But
that's.
I think they probably wanted one of those top 3 quarterbacks, and now that those guys aren't there, not to say that McCarthy or Nix or these guys are a huge drop off, but to be able to get Neighbors,
he is special, especially after the catch.
Dude, he's one of those guys.
He's Debo-esque.
The ball in his hand. We'll see. I'm sure they'll do the whole analysis, but he's one of those guys that you want to move all over the formation because he's not just a straight north-south wide receiver. Jet sweeps, screen passes.
All of that.
Intermediate routes and the deep ball. Neighbors, he's good.
Exactly.
So now we're getting to the 6th pick. Some people had him going top 3, so we'll see.
So let's talk about these New York Football Giants and what they need. They do need a wide receiver, number 1 probably. They need a quarterback. They need offensive tackle help. Xavier Woods is gone. McKinney's gone. They could use a safety. They could use cornerback. They're one of those teams. Let's face it. They need everything. But they really need help at wide receiver. And in my mind, even though it may not be in yours, I believe they need a quarterback. Without question. You're not going to win with Daniel Jones.
I agree with you. They do need a quarterback. But I just think financially, they can't afford to just cut bait on Daniel Jones. It's just.
Why in the hell not?
And because, man, there's tons of guaranteed money. It's just it sets you back.
We're in the draft right now. Does Daniel Jones
in? That was a quick one. The pick is in, so they already know who they want.
So they got Neighbors. So guaranteed they got Neighbors. So let's face it then. So that means that I was going to say probably not now, but was Daniel Jones going to become trade bait? I guess not. These guys are going to. Well, these guys at least they got him a receiver because they don't have. Listen, they don't have a running back. They don't have any wide receivers. The Giants are going to be a bad team for the next couple of years. They might as well start fixing something now. And if you want to start at wide receiver, go ahead. If it was me, we just talked about a team that blew it up. The Chargers blew it up. Time for the Giants to blow it up. Go get a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, with the Giants losing Saquon and then the fiasco with Daniel Jones, like they are in a pretty
J.J.
tough
McCarthy. So listen, the top two trends for the Giants right now, sir, J.J. McCarthy and Nick Neighbors. The top two trending picks for the Giants right now. So both of us are right somehow.
Wow, the sound effects are back. Well, there it is. Really? Fucking child. Like,
So, ladies and gentlemen, what was the call, sir?
one of us is going to be correct because the top two needs, not for nothing, but the little ticker here says that the Giants' number one need is quarterback. So
I believe it is. I believe it is. Come
Neighbors, let's go.
Neighbors is a Giant, sir?
Neighbors is a Giant. Sanchez is okay. Wait, let me just do the math on that.
Malik Neighbors is a New York Football Giant.
780 plus. We're at 880. There we go. It's confirmed.
I will say
and again,
this
for the record, this is fun coupons, weird fake money. Like, look at this guy makes bets knowing he's never going to pay me. Unbelievable. And then he says, "I'll fly out for the draft." Yeah, call it. This guy's sitting in his room and I'm at work.
I will say this, my studio, sir. I will say this right now, sir.
Okay, yeah.
The football Giants are committed to Daniel Jones. I think it's the worst mistake that fucking team could have done right now.
To be fair, it's a short-term solution because
it is.
I think especially if he doesn't perform this year, once that dead cap hit and all the rest of the guaranteed money is expired, they'll move on from. I think people forget they're only like a year removed from giving him that huge contract.
Yeah, but they know they fucked up on that anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
No, but it does because you can't just like that albatross is hanging around their necks for at least 2 years, maybe 3.
That's nobody's fault but theirs, though.
And the only way that someone's going to trade for him is if they take on a huge chunk of that salary, which clearly they're not going to. And then combined with the fact that Neighbors is just like, he's that guy. He's so good. So,
yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong, regardless of who's your quarterback. When you have this guy in your fucking stable,
100%.
Nothing wrong with that.
100%.
Anyone who's watched LSU this year knows, like, this guy is special. So
facts, especially after he catches the ball. That brings a very interesting team to the forefront right now. Tennessee. Now, Tennessee is one of those teams that made a lot of moves in the offseason. Their two primary needs right now are on both the offensive and defensive side of the line. They need a tackle on both sides.
I thought that they were going to go after Joe Alt. Joe Alt went 2 picks ago. I'm not.
I thought Joe Alt for sure.
Joe Alt was like the bona fide number one. There's a few other guys. This could be the first trade because if you're Tennessee,
that's what I was about to say.
And if you want an offensive lineman,
and the guys down there picking at a quarterback right now.
Yeah, you could probably get them a little bit later. So
look, quarterbacks are still in the game. We still got 1 or 2 left.
1 or 2. There's a few, man.
But I mean, 2 of significance.
Yeah, well, McCarthy and Nix for sure, but
so listen, if you're the Raiders, you're happy right now. If you're Minnesota, you're on the phone right now. If you're Denver, maybe you're on the phone right now. But Denver can maybe. Where's Denver at?
I just thought again, we like the trades. They're fun. We're on the 7th pick here, still nothing.
Denver can maybe wait a pick or 2. They're still on the clock. They haven't made the pick. Dallas Turner was somebody I was thinking they might look at right now.
I have him going the next pick to Atlanta. First edge rusher off the board. But again, you want to protect Will Levis.
Yes.
Like, he's your guy. Clearly, he's your guy now. Offensive line is the paramount. I don't know. you also looking like Rome Odunze, the kid in Washington. Am I
He's not
pronouncing
bad
that right?
either.
How do you pronounce that kid's last name?
Odunze. I think it's Odunze.
Odunze?
Yeah.
Come on, it's your people. We made it 50 minutes before the first racially charged comment.
That's a record for this show.
I know. I'm distracted. I'm not on my game. I'm working.
Speaking of records, kids, what's the record in the Stanley Cup playoffs right now for the Vancouver Canucks with the father who brought his son in an old school jersey and lost during the game?
And lost during the game.
Shellacked, some people would say.
Shellacked.
The atmosphere was really nice on TV, but how quick did the air come out of the sails in that game?
Well, it was just we let in a deflection goal like a minute into the game, and we were actually outplaying them. But the Nashville Predators set an NHL record for block shots. It was like 31 block shots in the game.
So
it was pretty impressive. It was like, holy fuck, these guys they're selling out.
Pick us in, people.
Yeah. Anyways, the series is 1-1. Going back to Nashville tomorrow. The big thing is we lost Thatcher Demko. Like arguably our best player is gone for the year. They're saying he might be back for this or that. It's like, dude, he's done. Like we're rolling with our backup.
But is everybody feeling it over there?
Oh, dude, you could feel it in the building the other night. Everyone's just like, oh, Demko. You know, like again, it's like when one of your best players, if not your best player, gets bounced in the playoffs, and he was like basically the guy who stole the first game for you.
Yeah,
it's tough. So we'll see. Still in the playoffs. Not like your fucking Habs. At least we're in the dance.
Bring up shit. We're here at the draft.
Hey, by the way, little respect to Bob Cole, arguably the best announcer in NHL.
100%. The voice of hockey if you're Canadian.
The voice of hockey passed away today at age 90. I think anyone from my vintage and even younger, like everyone knows Bob Cole.
Absolutely.
Stanley Cup, Olympics, whatever.
Saturday night from 7 o'clock till 10. That was your voice.
That guy's call was, he was great. So, anyways, rest in peace, Bob Cole.
Shout out to a legend, my friend. Shout out to a legend.
So we're on commercial break here. I think the Titans.
The pick is in. I go Dallas Turner right now, my friend.
I'm sticking with offensive line. I think they're going to go. I don't know, man. There's a huge drop off though, like for the offensive line.
Who's the quarterback over there still? Is it Tannehill still?
No, it's Will Levis.
Oh, Will, that's right.
Guru. He calls himself the Guru. Ryan Tannehill. Will Levis, man. Will Levis is the guy.
They got a bit of a running game now. Courtesy of me.
Yeah, I mean, the next best ranked player, it's a bit of a drop off. Like, yeah, Dallas Turner ranked the number one available.
That's it.
I want to see a trade though, man. I want to see some fucking movement.
Listen, I thought for sure we'd see $1 billion by now. I mean, I'm pretty much sticking to my guns here, but I didn't think I would get this far into it. Like last year.
Oh, no, 100%.
This time last year, our sheets were blown up. Like there was movement like crazy last year.
Yeah.
And it's especially for the teams that really need quarterbacks. I mean, listen, Minnesota went and got rid, but it seems like they're content to just sit there and wait for them to come to them.
Well, again, like if you're these teams that are further back down, you're going, okay, Titans don't need a quarterback. They got theirs.
That's what I'm saying.
Falcons don't need a quarterback. They got Cousins. The Bears just picked theirs. So, and then after that, you get the Jets are at 10. Then you got Minnesota, Denver. So if you're sitting there at 11 and 12, there's really no need to move up.
Yeah, unless you're scared somebody else is going to.
Exactly.
Like
if Denver really likes one guy, maybe they want to make a move, just try to snake the Vikings. But
yeah.
Or the graphic here, the last time the quarterbacks went 1, 2, 3, it was Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance. Like, yeesh.
Who's the last one?
CFL. Is it
No, the Trey Lance Power Hour is back now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Trey Lance Power Hour. Trey Lance, the greatest.
Are you done?
Am I done?
We changed the programming. Now we got the Brocket launcher. That's it. That's all you need. There's no Power Hour. It's just the Brocket launcher. It's an explosive show. It's fun. It's not like your fucking C Nation or
Say it again.
Whatever that thing is.
Say it again, B. C Nation this week in Dallas will be back this September, kids, with the Guru.
Why even waste your time? No one watches.
You
It's like you and Blade.
know what's funny? For everybody that's not a Dallas Cowboy, I sure got a lot of viewership on that show. And as always on C Nation this week in Dallas, we don't want you to watch the show, but you can't stop because I'm riveting. I am captivating. And
JC Latham.
And as
From
far
Alabama.
Ooh, I didn't see that come in at all.
Wow. Well, they went offensive line.
They went offensive line and went size. This brother is like 6'6" and almost like, what, 350?
I'm not going to lie. That's a bit of a reach, man. Like,
It is, though.
he's a first-round grade, but
Really late first-round grade.
You trade down a bit, you could still get this guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, they obviously – and they used up that clock. They were obviously trying to burn that phone and didn't
Which
work.
means
So.
Dallas Turner's looking good for you with Atlanta right now, sir.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, they need an edge rusher. Number one guy.
So that was a reach.
I'm curious to see what Chicago does. Do they go edge or do they go –
They've got to go edge. They got to do what Houston did a couple of years ago.
or do they get another weapon for Caleb Williams?
Their number one edge is still out there. Go get him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with solidifying your defense, especially like you went on your first pick, offensive side of the ball. First things first, so Atlanta Falcons. Do you think Dallas Turner goes there?
Yeah, I think Dallas Turner goes there. I am shocked he didn't go just now. I am shocked. But what are they seeing? Are they just seeing a big body?
I think they're seeing the program. They see Alabama. Like that program it churns out NFL ready players a little bit better than.
Yeah, but the knock on this guy is he actually NFL ready? And they're saying he needs a bit of work.
Yeah, second team All-American. So, but again, I don't think that he
I completely think
was
these guys
deserving of a
don't know
top
what
10 pick. I think you could have traded back into the low teens, mid teens, and still gotten him.
100%. I have him. I don't know.
I mean, like on the list here, like the ESPN experts, I think he was like 20 something. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're
17.
I think they're in love with the size. I mean, he is a huge body, 6'6", 350, and lean 6'3". Don't forget, they just mentioned it too. In he was a sprinter. The brother got speed.
Oh, the pick is in. Falcons did not waste any time
At all.
I think Dallas Turner's going
Yeah, I think
back
they
to
got
back
their man.
Alabama players right here.
Yeah, I think they got their man. But listen, we haven't talked about Atlanta. Atlanta's a team that's looking good too. There's not a lot they're missing in Atlanta. They've got a bell cow running back.
Yeah, but again, Ryan Weeks can attest to this. Kirk Cousins is good for 17 weeks.
Yeah.
Can he get it done? He's a light-skinned Dakota Prescott, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of money, not a lot of wins.
Can I ask you a question? Why does my name constantly have to be in your mouth?
I didn't say your name. I just said
But yeah, of course you said
How
my
does it-
name, man.
I just want to point out. I think Brock Purdy has
I'm like,
Brock Purdy's playoff win total versus Dakota and Kirk.
what about regular season? What
What
about overall?
See,
Overall,
that's the difference.
that's
You
a much
focus
better
on the
quarterback
regular season.
than
You
your
should.
game manager.
Those don't
Maybe,
matter.
can I ask you a question? Maybe if your quarterback wasn't a game manager and could actually lift the load on his shoulders, you guys would win. Here's the thing: you can't be. You can't.
Dude,
You go
when
here,
your
you go
stats are
here,
your
it's
stats.
not
Dude,
there, not there.
look at the numbers.
away.
I'm not even gonna humor that with the response. I'm not gonna dignify that with the response.
Debo,
Guy
you
throws
go
the
here.
ball down the field. The guy's got not a game manager.
Debo, you go here. A nutchuck. You go there.
A nutchuck.
What's his name? Ruku a nutchuck. What's his name? A nutchuck. You go there. Debo, you go there. McCaffrey just. And if you guys
Is that what it is? McCaffrey. You're just rattling off the best players in the league.
your
doing
quarterback's a game. My point exactly, and he can't win with the best players in the game. What is that?
Can't win. He can't win with them.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't coach him.
Can't coach him. Can't do it.
Yeah, can't do.
2 Super Bowls lost in the last plays of the game because Purdy is pretty ugly.
What do you mean 2 Super Bowls lost? What are you talking about? Last year,
I remember Jimmy G overthrowing Emmanuel Sanders when he could have won the game, then didn't do it.
why don't you focus on the Cowboys
Couldn't
and
do
how they
it.
can't get out of the first round?
We're talking about game
Yes.
management right now. We're not talking. He's not
Yeah,
a
you do what
superstar.
you want. I'm fine.
You're gonna
I'm
give him
fine-
superstar
I'm fine
money.
making the NFC Championship game and Super Bowl every year.
You're gonna
We'll
give him
figure it out.
superstar money, thinking he's a superstar
We'll
quarterback.
figure
Go
it
ahead.
out. Don't worry.
Go ahead.
Listen to this guy. That's
Go
just
ahead.
it's hate. It's I feel bad for him. He's
It is
trying to
horse food.
he's trying to sling mud. It's not happening. Our team's too good.
For last year, B. Anukchuk's gone. Debo's gone.
Oh,
McCaffrey's
you
gone.
sound desperate, my friend. You sound like a man that's down $880.
Who's your linebacker that has to go to? The really good one. He has to get paid next year too.
We'll figure it out. They all get paid.
Nobody's getting paid. You got no money. It's all going to the white guy. Come
Ooh,
on. Who?
The Falcons took a quarterback. Michael Penix Jr. Where's Kirk Cousins in all this? Wow.
What?
Interesting.
What?
Did not see that coming.
What?
But you know what, though? This could be a Jordan Love situation. Kirk Cousins is on the back line of his career.
Absolutely is.
Maybe they want Penix to just sit and watch.
Look, that's
Not
exactly
maybe.
what's going on.
You know what? I'm not saying maybe. You make this draft pick here, it's obvious you want to have him just learn from the sidelines, watch what it takes to be a professional quarterback, and then maybe after a couple of years he becomes the guy. Has to be.
I'll tell you what, right now, my friend, if the Chicago Bears want to protect their quarterback, they have ample
Oh,
opportunity.
dude,
to
if
do it
Dallas
right now.
Turner,
They've won the draft if Dallas Turner goes now. I'm telling you that right now. By the way,
you know what? I'm going to call it right now. This might be our first trade because if the Bears are smart, which I don't know if they are, this is the time to trade down and let whoever needs a quarterback now.
yes. Yes.
Just think about it. You can move from 9 down to 11 or 12.
Yeah, it's only 2 or 3 picks away
Still get something very, very.
with capital. Listen, the best edge
Yes.
rushers are still on the board. We know the Jets aren't taking them.
The Bears are on the clock. Okay, I'm calling it right now. You can make a bet if you want. The Bears are going to trade this pick. I'm calling it right now.
I'll take
4 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes on the clock.
You know what? I'll take 200 on that for Dallas Turner.
Okay, 200. This guy wants.
I'll take 2 on Dallas Turner.
No, I'll pass on that.
I'll take 100 on Dallas Turner. You pussy.
I'll pass on that. Oh, you know what? The pick is in. So good pass there,
You
Sanchez.
fucking pussy.
Yeah, no, this is Dallas Turner.
You fucking pussy.
What do you mean? I'll take 200. Fucking guy.
You guy, you're a pussy.
Maybe if you weren't hijacking your Wi-Fi from your
You
neighbor.
know what? Here's you. You
you'd
know
have
what? You know what? I'll jump in the ring. I'll make a bet they trade this pick. No, I won't. What?
Yeah, I didn't say a bet. I just said I'm just putting it out there.
Don't put it out there, man. Live through it, baby. Make it happen.
So we've made it to 9 picks with no trades.
This
Unreal.
is crazy. This is insane.
Yeah.
This is. I thought for sure there was going to be crazy movement in this draft. I guess everybody's going to be happy with the quarterback they get, but everybody. And listen, the thing about that pick for Atlanta was that a safe pick? Because they could have got a better quarterback. They must be looking to develop him.
Yeah, there's obviously something about his game that they like. Fits with the system.
But
Didn't
Chicago
see that coming though. Did not see that coming.
at all. But listen, Chicago, but Dallas Turner. Listen, that offense is gonna listen. They're giving this kid support. And let's not forget. Yeah. Listen, I like what Chicago's doing so far.
Yeah, Dallas Turner is the pick right here. It makes a lot of sense.
It has to be the pick. And the good thing about what's going on is all those edge rushers aren't going anywhere right now. There's some good picks for the later on, like the later part of this draft. A team like me that needs everything. There's a lot of offensive line help I need. I'm not going to be mad right now, man. I'm not going to be mad right now at all.
Wow.
So what do you know about Penix? Do you know anything about Penix?
He's got lots of talent, but he's a project. Like, I don't think he's ready to step into the game. So obviously it makes sense that they want to have him.
But are they thinking for a year?
No. Kirk Cousins got at least a couple of years left in him. I don't know what his contract says, but what Jordan Love sat for what, 3 seasons?
Close to 4, yeah.
But he learned from Aaron Rodgers.
That's the
This guy's going to be learning from Kirk Cousins. It's kind of different situation, right?
But he gets to learn. He gets to have the speed of the game when he goes into the game.
All right, once this pick comes in, I got to jam away and do some work here because I do have a golf course to run. But
I'm
sure you can handle this. I'm sure you can handle it.
I do every year. I pick up the slack for you every year.
Wow. I called it. I went wide receiver. I went with Mr. Rome. Odunzie, whatever his name is. They gave Caleb Williams another weapon.
Wow.
And I had Rome going at 6 to the Giants.
I'll tell you what.
Is something up with Dallas Turner that we don't know about?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He just fell to the Jets.
No, the Jets want a tight end.
But I'm just saying,
bones right now.
The Jets could take him.
Sorry, sir. Minnesota's on the clock. Our first trade.
Oh, they traded up.
Minnesota's on the clock
with the Jets
because the Jets know they got their tight end. Oh boy, we have movement, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you though, this is a good pick though for the Bears because
it looks like
you've given your quarterback arguably the 3rd best receiver in the draft. This kid can play.
Okay, let's play this. What do you think? What do you think the Jets gave up for that pick?
Depends on what. Also, they just traded. They flipped one spot, 10 to 11.
That's all they did. They flipped the spot.
They probably had to give up like a 2nd or a 3rd. I don't think that you're going to be giving up a 1st for that, but a 3rd seems a little bit light. I think it'll be a 2nd round pick. Maybe not even this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Again, it's one pick. You know what I mean? Like, and again, to move up one pick with the Jets, obviously not really going to be in the market.
I'll tell you what, there is a big 2. There's a big 2 in Chicago right now, man. Odunze and Keenan Allen. That's a formidable receiver pair, man.
Don't forget DJ Moore.
Oh shit,
dude!
Wow.
Yeah, and Cole Kmet.
Wow.
You got some running backs in there too. Don't forget that fucking running back stable. Like, everything's there for the Bears right now.
Chicago's looking nice right now. Listen, that's not a runaway division for the Packers anymore. Packers got to get that lunch pail together. They got to put on that hard hat. There is some work coming over there to Chicago. Chicago, good draft so far. What do you think of Chicago's draft so far?
I like what they've done. I like what they've done.
They're out here making moves.
Yeah, I mean, like,
do
like the weapons are fucking off the charts there. Like between Swift.
But let's think about this out loud, though. Let's just say, for argument's sake, the Jets don't go get a tight end; they get a receiver.
I don't think they go receiver now. I mean, there are guys, but well, Minnesota made the trade and then the pick is in. So
yeah, but okay. But the Jets, does that mean the Jets go? Would they go for a receiver or would they go for their tight end? Listen, I say tight end because Aaron Rodgers loves his tight ends.
Well, no, and Brock Bowers would be a great pick.
Real deal.
And obviously Minnesota doesn't need them because they've got Hawkinson. So
yeah.
But who knows? There's been a lot of these picks that have thrown us for a loop. So I think Dallas Turner, again, just makes so much sense for any team. Like when you can get the top edge rusher in the draft in like the double-digit round, the picks, like so.
He'd be nasty on the Jets defense.
Or maybe they just wanted to grab the quarterback. Maybe this is where McCarthy goes.
No, McCarthy's gone. McCarthy's in Minnesota. That there's no done. Minnesota did not move up to not take a quarterback. That's insane.
All right, I'll stick around until this pick comes through. But yeah, McCarthy. But then why trade up? Why give up capital? You know the Jets aren't going to take him. Why do that? Or are you doing that to prevent another team from jumping up? That could be part of it, right? Maybe if they think that Denver or the Raiders are in talks with the Jets, they say, fuck it, we'll do it. So that actually kind of makes sense.
So am I leaving you still on here, or are you gone for the rest of the draft?
No, I'll be back. You can go to your single screen, but yeah, I got.
No,
Say 10 minutes.
don't start talking. You got a big. You don't do work. You're over there. You're just a fucking. All you are is just a janitor. You got to go sweep something. We all know.
Hey, man,
Relax.
What's wrong with janitors? It's
Nothing's wrong with janitors.
honorable
They're
profession.
acting managers. Like, don't worry about it. B.
Think about it. If you had no janitors,
Bro.
how messy would that Anna Jones Rose Cafe of yours look? It'd be filthy. Shit everywhere.
I don't know.
Gross.
What did you just say right now, B?
Indiana Jones Rose.
Indiana Jones. Really? Really? Indiana Jones.
So somewhere Alistair's laughing at that. Don't worry.
Okay, let's talk about needs for the Minnesota Vikings. Quarterback, and then let's end it right there. Obviously, they need help on the defensive side of the ball. They could use a tackle. They could use a quarterback. Everybody else can. But listen, they got rid of Kirk Cousins. They don't have a quarterback to start. Is it Sam Darnold? I think their quarterback right now.
For who?
Minnesota. Didn't they trade for Sam Darnold?
That is where he signed, right?
Yeah, he signed. Yeah. So I don't think you want to go into the season with Justin Jefferson and Addison with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, but again, Sam Darnold's been in the league for a minute.
That was something we didn't talk about though. There was rumors going around that Justin Jefferson's may have been up for the highest bidder.
Yeah, I'm sure they listened to offers, but I mean,
well, you can forget about those offers now. They got a quarterback. So
what would it take to fucking move Jefferson? Like, dude,
it would have to take 2 number ones. Your number one this year, your number one.
Is that even worth it
for Justin Jefferson?
2 number ones aren't guaranteed. Justin Jefferson's a guarantee. Like that guy's you build your future on guys like.
Okay, thank you. I thought you were saying is Justin Jefferson worth 2 number ones?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Duh. What?
No,
you wouldn't give this year's number one and next year's number one. Where are you going to?
You don't know where you're picking. First of all, like, there's number ones and there's number ones. Like
where are you going to find a
the 10th pick and the 24th pick for Justin Jefferson? No, Justin Jefferson is like arguably the best receiver in the league.
Yes.
You don't trade that.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, so you're saying you don't make the trade?
No,
I'm saying if we do make the trade, you make it for 2 number ones. I'll give you my number one this year and next year, and I'll take Justin.
I'm saying,
and that's
I would need more. I would need more to trade away Justin Jefferson.
Fact. Okay, fair enough.
I would not want just that.
But you're a hedger, and nobody would make the trade with you anyway. That we all know.
You know what we do know for sure?
Just who you are, B.
880. You can hedge that.
That 880.
Yeah, 880 in phone coupons. Yeah, that's a hedge. Okay, so the Vikings get the 10th and the 6th, and the Jets get a 4th and a 5th.
Okay,
so
wait. Say that again. Say that again.
The Jets got to trade down 1 pick, a 4th and a 5th. Not even a 2nd.
And a 4th and a 5th from this year.
Just a 4th and a 5th, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
That's a lot of capital.
I guess that makes sense. Like the Jets are still going to get who they want.
They're still going to get who they want. And they picked up 2 picks. That's a really good trade.
So you think they're going quarterback here?
Oh my! I'll bet the farm on it. B. 200 right now.
No.
I'll even name him for another 100. J.J. McWhite McCarthy.
I hate to say it, but I agree with you. I think that's where they're going.
Come on, they have to go there.
Here comes Goodell.
They have to go there. Or they may go for your other guy, but I say J.J. McCarthy. He's the sexy pick, right? But what are we going to do if – could you imagine the Jets take Dallas Turner?
I think that's who they're going to take. I think that's a perfect pick for the Jets.
If the Jets take Dallas Turner, don't forget how good the Jets defense is right now.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically got Dallas Turner. You added a 4th and a 5th round pick. Pretty good.
Solid. Here we go.
Is there a chance that they go Bo Nix, or is it JJ McCarthy?
There is a chance to go Bo Nix. McCarthy's a sexy name. But you know what that means? That means Denver gets Bo Nix. And everybody except the Raiders got a quarterback.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of quarterbacks still out there Raiders could trade for. Let's not forget.
JJ McCarthy.
Thank you. But let's not forget, Pittsburgh could have made a solid move and picked up Justin Fields for bait for a team that's not going to get anything in the draft.
Yeah. All right. I'll hand it over to you. Now that we're outside the top 10, I'll be back shortly.
All right, sir.
All right.
All right, baby. So you're stuck with the guru. Here's the thing. As I let go of Big Face right here, we are going to take a couple of steps back in the draft right now, a couple of minutes back, because I am a bit behind in my feed. But I will go live as we go. So here we go. Brock Bowens right now for the Jets. Everybody knows the consensus for the New York Football Jets is Brock Bowens was their man. They wanted a tight end for Aaron Rodgers. But here's the thing. Dallas Turner's still out there, the number one edge in the draft right now. And it may be a pick that's like the best player in the draft kind of thing. So you don't really know if they're not thinking, well, sorry, you can throw that out the window. I think Brock Bowers is a Jet right now. The pick is actually in. They didn't wait even a second to make that pick. So I think we could safely say that the Jets, then again, they may surprise some people and take Dallas Turner. But everybody knows that Aaron Rodgers wanted a tight end. Sure-hands tight end, by far the best tight end in the draft. And listen, a difference maker. What are the credentials on your boy? 6'3", 250. Rock solid tight end. Does everything you want him to do. Blocks relatively solidly, but finds a way to get open. I mean, every play finds a way to get open. But let's talk about this pick for Minnesota. Mr. Ryan Weeks, I'm sure, is very happy right now. He got his quarterback in the future. Listen, a lot of stock went up in this quarterback. They're going to be really happy in Minnesota with this pick. Really happy in Minnesota with this pick. Michigan comes from, obviously, a good football tree and a good, solid program that's almost NFL ready. So, look, nothing bad right here. Nothing bad at here at all for Minnesota. They have their quarterback in the future. And what does he walk into? Well, he walks into a situation where he has a fairly good running back, but maybe the most solid wide receiver tandem in the game right now. And look, he gets to start in a system where he gets to show and prove right away. Great pocket passer. Looks really well downfield. Listen, gets the ball out in time. Can use his feet. You know, a lot of flexibility. Kind of reminds me a little bit, not size-wise, by any stretch of the imagination, because he still needs a bit more size, but Roethlisberger-ish. He will extend the play. He will get to the outside. His eyes are always downfield. And look, he gets to throw the football right now to two of the best wide receivers in the game right now, Jordan Anderson and Justin Jefferson, who, by the way, although was injured last year, comes off an injury-plagued season where, listen, not going to be a problem this year. Injuries are not going to be a factor in what he does this year. AK just went back to get his jacket because I think it's raining outside, and he has to make sure that he sweeps in the front because that's where all the cigarette butts are. Great golf course. Green Acres. Yeah, by the way, Green Acres in Vancouver, if you want to go see the Sidekick, push a broom. But let's get back. The pick is in for the Jets. Let's talk about what the Jets needs are offhand right away. What do I have for the Jets? The Jets have a need for, and not much. Don't forget that your boy is coming back this year. The Jets. What do I have for the Jets needs? The Jets need offensive tackle if they actually want to protect Aaron Rodgers. They need a wide receiver and a tight end. Not so much for me at wide receiver. Not that crazy much of a need for them. What's more of a need for me for them is that tight end. Um, they already have Garrett Wilson, and everybody knows Garrett Wilson is just a beast in the game right now. Um, and they picked up, I can't remember who they picked up, but I remember they picked up a receiver, and it's going to be a bit of a problem over there. Hold on, people. Hold on, people. Okay. Off-season acquisitions. So they picked up Tyron Smith from the Cowboys. Of course, something I didn't like. Alt was a thought that that would go there. One of the Fakanus. Like there's a lot of Pacific Polynesian brothers in this draft on the O line, and all of them are beasts. By the way, I'm loving the way they're dropping right now, and we'll talk about that later because teams that need everything, such as mine, have a lot of good best player on the boards right now because of all of this quarterback movement. One of the things about this draft, very quarterback centric, very wide receiver centric, and it's showing now. But I'm glad it played out the way it's playing out because a lot of the great players are dropping back, and there's a lot of good picks waiting at 24. Happy about that. So the Jets need a tight end, safety, and a running back. Although, listen, Brees Hall was hurt last year. You know, I'll cut him a break on that. He's kind of getting injury plagued a little bit. They brought in Dalvin Cook. Wasn't the player that they thought he was going to be last year. But listen, not bad. Not bad for the Jets. So the Jets pick is in. Wow. So they picked up Fashanu, one of those tackles. Okay. Um, wow, this is a really surprising pick. This is a real surprising pick. Um, Olamanua, African brother. Mm. Girl on the couch. Yeah. You got little Peggy sitting far left on the couch. Yeah, not even looking at her. Okay, listen, not here to judge. Yeah, so I'm just playing. I love their brother, love is real. Um, but okay, so they are very interested in helping to protect. Here's the problem with this right now. Their offensive line, with this guard slash tackle and the addition of Tyron Smith, there's a lot of protection on that ball. For the Jets right now. In fact, I'm going to call my boy live right now. Okay, so yeah, that's what they picked up. They picked up Mike Williams. So listen, Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, shout out to my boy Av. Listen, very happy with the Jets right now. The Jets, but they don't have their tight end. But what they do have is a mound of protection for Aaron Rodgers right now. A mound of protection. Sorry, the calls are coming in. The calls are flooding in. Shout out to the Jet. Let's try and get the Jet online right now. Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to the Jet right now. Let's get the Jet out here. The Jet, I don't think the Jet's really happy right now, man. The Jet was really looking forward to having his pick at you mentioned it the whole draft that he wanted his tight end. I think we both thought he was going to get his tight end. He didn't pick up his tight end, and now I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them right now. Obviously they were looking at protecting Aaron Rodgers. So sorry, just sending a link, trying to get the Jet up here. Aaron Rodgers was an important part to them. Hold on. Sorry, people. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're gonna take a small break, I'm gonna do some things here, and we'll be right back. Brothers Talk Ball. All right. Yo, there he is. Hold on, B.
Okay, okay.
There you go. People, we are back. He's in the dark here, but he's joining us live. It is Adam the Jet, who's a bit upset right now.
Not up. All right.
We talked all week about the player that he wanted. The Jet really wanted to get his tight end. I thought he was going to get his tight end, but listen, Jet, one thing you should be happy about is the fact that your team has decided to protect Aaron Rodgers this year.
Yeah, bro.
With the offensive tackle that you picked up along with Tyron Smith, I don't know if anybody's going to touch your quarterback this year.
Nobody. We needed that for Aaron Rodgers coming back from that Achilles injury, which was brutal for our season right off the start. But I wanted Bowers. I really thought like he was a great blocker. He could do some plays, all that stuff. He's a playmaker. He's a first round tight end for sure. He's gonna get picked in the few other picks coming up for sure.
Real quick, my friend, Bo Nix. Another quarterback is off the board. The Broncos got their quarterback. Listen, you talked about it earlier in the draft, Jet. We were surprised that there wasn't a lot of movement this year. We thought there was going to be crazy movement, but both Minnesota, both Denver, just waited, sat up in the cut, and got their quarterbacks. Obviously, the Raiders are next. The Raiders need a quarterback. I'm kind of hoping another quarterback comes off the board because, listen, a lot of those players that I needed in Dallas are dropping down the board because of this heavy quarterback and heavy wide receiver class. But I'm very happy about what I'm seeing, sir.
It's crazy now. Like I never saw this before. Like you don't have any defensive player got picked yet on this draft. And how many quarterbacks got left on the board right now? Like we're talking
I think
about,
there's maybe one left.
Like all the elite quarterback is already gone, and we're not even at the top 15 pick. It's kind of crazy right now, man.
Yeah. Where are we at? We're at number 13 now, I believe.
Yeah, man. It's going crazy, man.
Why aren't you over here, Jet? I thought you were supposed to be over here today.
No, we actually having a little draft party at home, but we needed some supplies, so we're at the grocery store right now.
Of course you are.
So actually, I'm happy with the pick. I wish it was Bowers, but we got to protect that Hall of Famer quarterback. That's for sure, man. That's the first thing, first priority. I think we already have the weapon that we needed. We just got Tom Smith from your team. Thank you again to the Cowboys. Thank you so much.
Look, that beefs up your offensive line. I mean, nobody's going to be able to look at Aaron Rodgers this year. Nobody.
Man, nobody.
And just think about your running
Williams
game
on the roster with Garrett and Brees Hall in the backfield. Man, I don't want to spoil too much, but
that's what I was going to say, my man. Your backfield, I think, is what's going to benefit the most from your offensive line this year.
Most definitely. And this draft ain't over, my friend. This draft ain't over at all, man. We have a few picks coming up. We just got that additional pick from the who was that? The Vikings, just for nothing. I feel like they were scared of something. Like we wouldn't even have picked JJ McCarthy anyway. So it was just like a given pick to us, So it was perfect,
So I think
perfect little trade, for one
so
spot.
Quinion Mitchell of all the quarterbacks is the last one left. If the Raiders decide they want to take a quarterback, Dallas Turner, I cannot believe how far down the line this man has dropped. He is the number one edge rusher in the draft this year. And like you said, it's almost at 13 and he's still out there. I'm happy right now. I am going to get the best player on the board for my Cowboys. Obviously, I know I need help everywhere, but there are still cornerbacks out there. There are still defensive linemen out there. There's still defensive tackles out there.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of good players because of all this garbage on quarterback and wide receiver.
That's it.
I love what's going on right now.
And you can have like the best one of the best defensive player in the country in the late first round. Like there's one left. There's no one left from the defensive side already. So.
And the Raiders pick is in. So either they went and got the quarterback they needed right away or not. Are you surprised that the Giants took a wide receiver, not a quarterback?
That was crazy, actually. I thought that they would pick a quarterback, and then you get Daniel Jones getting traded for.
Wait a minute, Jet. Let me stop you right there. I'm sorry about that. Brock Bowers is a Raider.
Right after.
What is going on right now?
All right. Brock Bowers a Raider.
Brock Bowers is a Listen, if you're a Saints fan right now, you might be a little happy.
Yeah, well, it's all good. It's all good, man.
You got Byron Murphy, wide receiver out there, and Dallas Turner still out there. Listen, maybe some people are knowing something about Dallas Turner partying in the last 3 weeks that we don't know about, but his stock is falling.
The guys are hungry right now. I need to go, man. We need to choose like which meat we're gonna put on a barbecue right now.
All right, so you make sure when you get home, you put the podcast on.
Huh?
I said you make sure when you get home you put the podcast on and call back to the podcast.
Of course, we're back for another season, my friend, man. It's gonna be fully excited, that's for sure, man.
That's it. Well,
pick. Go Jets, and let's hope Jerry Jones makes some good things for your team. I guess.
Exactly. Well, I'll be here live, so call me when you get in, Jet.
All right. Take care, guys.
Have a good one, brother.
Stock ball. You know what happened.
That's right. Hold it down, Jet. Surprising, my friend. Big pick for the Raiders. Raiders grabbed the best tight end in the game. And my thought towards that is maybe the Raiders are thinking best player on the board kind of thing right now. Not bad. Not a bad pick for the Raiders whatsoever, my friend. Let me just get here because things are blowing up fast, and I just can't keep up with where I put my players. So let me get on that now. And hold on. I'm just gonna do a little work. Let me do this. Let me cut away for 2 seconds, do some work, and Brothers Talk Ball will be right back. All right, beautiful people. I'm back. I'm sorry to let you go for a minute. I just had to do a little bit of work for you because I'm the guru and I love you. I'm going to take a look at some names right now that are still playing differences in the league because they're still out there. We still have Dallas Turner. Crazy. Number one edge rusher on the board right now. Jared Verse out there is still out there. We have Latu out there still. We have Chop Robinson still out there. listen, edge rushers are still out there. As far as the offensive line, um, look, Byron Murphy's still out there. We still have maybe the number one defensive lineman in the middle, clog up your middle. By the way, the Saints are on the clock. Listen, this could be a time in the draft right now where it's maybe time for somebody to move up. It's time for somebody to get some cooliones out here and make a move. Let me give you the needs for the Saints right now. They need an offensive tackle. Listen, the tackles are out there. They need a wide receiver. They need edge, as most teams in the NFL do. But if they really are concentrating on offensive tackles, Brian Murphy II still out there. If they want edge protection, they have Dallas Turner out there. Let's talk about the Raiders right now and Brock Bowen. That is a surprise call, but listen, Brock Bowen is what they want to call maybe a generational kind of player, somebody that can go in and make a difference right away. And listen, that's exactly what they need on that team. I wanted them to grab a quarterback. Listen, there's still quarterback. Listen, I know this is the draft. I know everybody thinks quarterbacks are gone right now, but there's still teams with quarterbacks that are still out there. Bissett's still out there. Tyrod Taylor's still out there. I'm still not convinced that the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't playing chess and not checkers, and maybe want to give Fields to somebody who really needs him after the draft. So that brings us to the meat and the heart of the draft right now. We're going to get to those players that aren't the sexy picks anymore. The quarterbacks are kind of off the board. You still have one or two wide receivers out there. But now we get into the heart of what teams need: offensive tackles, defensive linemen, cornerbacks. For the first time in a long, long time, we knew this was going to be a quarterback draft. We knew it was going to be a wide receiver draft, and it actually stuck that way. It actually played out that way. Once, not really a surprise trade, a good trade, I would say, for the Jets, picking up capital and moving a pick down, knowing that they were going to get what they wanted. They could have had their tight end. They chose to get offensive line help. Really smart. I'm not going to say I'm too mad at that, especially because last year, one of the problems with the Jets were they couldn't keep people off the field. And it comes to the Raiders. There was a handful of teams that needed a quarterback. Every team that needed a quarterback this year, without exception, being the Raiders, got the quarterback. Smart pick by the Raiders, because I think one of the things that the Raiders did was they picked the best player on the board. So since they went for the best player on the board, they actually made the best pick for themselves. And obviously the best player on the board offensively, but maybe there's a receiver or two a bit better, but you got an all-purpose tight end now. You got a guy that can come in and make a difference right away. And listen, the pick is in, so no trade for the Saints. The pick is in for the trade. So listen, I'm looking at Byron Murphy right now going to the Saints. I think their number one need was offensive tackle. And look, you got to give Carr all the help you can give him, right? One thing that Carr proved, especially last year, if you give him protection, you put the people in front of him. Listen, between Olave and obviously you need help on the other side. Michael Thomas is kind of long in the tooth. I think he got traded as well. Look, you got to protect your quarterback. You got to protect your investment. Here's a way that they could do that right now, without question. So for me, I think there may be a sexier pick at cornerback right now. Obviously, the edge is important for every team, and with Dallas Turner being out there, not a problem with either. But I'm saying my top two right now for the Saints are going to be Dallas Turner and Byron Murphy. Those are the unsexy picks I take it. Then we get into my man Av. My man Av comes up next with his Colts. Colts are going to need Burke around the corner, maybe at receiver, as they lost. Actually, receivers. I like the receiving core. But let's talk about it right now. The Raiders. The Raiders have a player that can make a difference, but they have nobody giving them the ball. I don't even know if Jimmy G's still there, or if he's somewhere down in Malibu, on a beach with his porn star girlfriend. Don't know. I don't know if I'm qualified to tell you that right now. But that's what Jimmy G do. Jimmy G love the girls. But there you go. Wow, the pick is in. Wow. They went with Fuqua. 6'6", 325 pounds, and I think his overall grade was somewhere late in the draft, kind of a reach for them. He was somewhere around, I think 89, maybe a second rounder. Hold on, beautiful people. Yeah. Obviously they went. Okay, but I had him somewhere on my depth chart around number 3, 4. But they have offensive line help now, so they got themselves an offensive tackle. Listen, there's a few more offensive tackles that I think are a bit better than him, but for some reason in this draft right now, everybody looking at offensive tackles are looking at size. This brother has size. He's 6'6". He's about 230. I think by the time they get him on the field, he may play around 240. Uh, what are their needs, right? What are their needs? And they covered one of their needs. I think there are a bit better players out there. Listen, I'm crossing my fingers. Somebody in Dallas is listening right now, and maybe somebody's on the phone. But listen, they needed offensive line help, and they got offensive line help. So Kwalise Uwaga, and listen, if you look at the Saints fans, they're kind of in shock too. I don't think they know if they knew what they were looking at. But listen, that brings up, on the clock right now. Listen, if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan right now, and I'm gonna say it for the Cowboys right now, I'm kind of happy right now, man. There are a lot of good players that are falling fast on this draft, and we're at number 15 right now. We're at number 15 right now. We're 9 picks away, and in those 9 picks, listen, it looks like we might get a top 10 defensive lineman. It looks like we may get a top 10 defensive tackle. It looks like we might get a top 10 defensive receiver, and it looks like we may get a top 10 defensive corner. And we need help on all of that. Obviously, running backs aren't going to move in this draft. It's not a heavy running back draft class. Although, don't put it past the Cowboys to do that and just draft a running back. But listen, Dallas Turner, what is going on with this? By the way, my boy Av, if you're still watching, if you're still listening, Dallas Turner to you guys. Woo! Woo! You do have a bit of D over there. I'm actually gonna text you right now. Sorry, kids. Sorry. Again, calls are coming in. Calls are coming in. Okay, just got a call from Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones told me, "Don't worry, we're on it." All right. Big Jerry said, "Don't worry, D, run it." You know what I mean? Warm him up. Warm him up for C Nation. Get him ready. Tell him what you do right now. So I'm gonna tell him what I do right now. Next year, coming to September, C Nation with your boy. On the clock right now. On the clock. I'm feeling happy as a Cowboy right now. I didn't think I was gonna get a balling player in this draft. I think I'm gonna get a balling player. Plus, there's still a chance that somebody might move up. On the clock right now, they still haven't made their pick. It is the Colts. The Colts are a team that showed a lot of improvement last year. Obviously, their quarterback situation got banged up with Richards going down, but Richardson's coming back this year, and with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, and that team has a lot of upside to them. One of the things that can really help them is protection for both of those players that I mentioned. Right now, at offensive tackle, there's a player that I really like. Is gone from Mims. Uh, there's my guy. There's my guy right now. Mims is my guy right now, and I think Latham, who went a pick before him, I don't think that was a pick that I liked, but I really like this Mims guy. Lot of size, man, and he comes from Georgia. So you know how Georgia players are. Georgia players are straight ballers, but I like Mims on the offensive line. If not, if they get to steal Dallas Turner right now as a Colt, that's a big move. That's a big, big move for them right now. Back on the horn, back on the scene. Uh, yeah. So the pick is in. I think. Listen, I think they're going to pull the hammer right now. I think we're going to see Dallas Turner make his way over to the Colts. I'm gonna go with the volume a little up right now so you guys can hear what's going on a little bit because I don't want to get in any trouble from the men. Uh, so Troy, yeah, so Troy for Tuhu, an offensive tackle out there. Listen, the offensive tackles are falling. I really was hoping to grab an offensive tackle. Doesn't look, but listen, there's still going to be a lot of good heavyweights out there coming out later, like as the draft goes on. Like, there's a lot of good names out there right now. And don't forget the top cornerback in the league too. Let me grab his name. I really like him a lot. Hold on. Here's your boy Mitchell. Mitchell's still out there. Mitchell's still out there at cornerback. Who's a baller? Straight blanketer. Edge. Like the number one position in each of those positions is still available in the draft right now, and you can't go wrong with any of those picks if you're the Colts right now. And apparently the pick is in. So that's what I was saying. Okay. The pick is in, and everybody's mentioning it right now. There's a lot of teams that need offensive tackle help, including this one right here. But the centers are dropping, and there's four centers that are balling right now. And listen, I need a center. I need an offensive tackle. I need a defensive tackle. Defensive tackles are still out here right now. Listen, call me crazy. This is a good time to be a Dallas Cowboy right now. My one wish that I had during this draft, was that all this quarterback and wide receiver play would play out the way it is right now, because I knew everybody was going to get distracted, and they are getting distracted right now, my friend. And that only makes sense for your boy right now. It really makes sense for your boy right now because as of right now, um, this draft is wide open for your defensive side of the ball. Um, all your edge rushers are there. All your cornerbacks are there. I mean, they're going to fall like flies right now. Don't get it twisted. But all this offensive player, like it's all done. So it's all defense right now. And we're at pick 15, which means by 24, it's 29. There's a lot of players out there, my friend, between offensive tackle, between offensive guard, between centers, between defensive tackles and edge and corners. It's a good time to be in the draft right now. The pick is in, my friend, for the Colts. I'm going to say they go edge rush right now. Our first defensive player got off the board, and it's Latu. I told you about Latu. I liked Latu before. Um, listen, quick defensive end. I had him ranked around number 4, I believe. I believe. Yeah, I had him at number 3 in terms of defensive edge. I'm not crazy about this pick. This is my boy feel. Av, text me, tell me what you feel. There's been injury concerns with this player. Not crazy about this pick. I think size is a problem for him. Quickness definitely isn't a problem for him. He has a motor. I think they're gonna have to beef him up. I don't know if he's ready for the physical NFL game right away. I'm not gonna say he's not, but I just like a heavier player. Um, Obviously UCLA comes from a good football program. Um, but like I said, I there's something going on that we don't know. Um, about like something happened somewhere because this player should not be dropping that fast. Dallas Turner should not be not on a football team right now, and I just believe that there's something about him that we don't know what's going on. Like, um, I have no idea why Dallas Turner's not on a football team right now, and I'm gonna say something. I'm not mad at it. As we're dropping down from the coast, we have the Seahawks next. Dallas Turner is a Seahawks player. I mean, obviously, we know they love their defense. Do they still believe in Geno Smith is the question. There was another team that was questionable about maybe going for a quarterback this year. Listen, they still believe in Geno. They can go all the way with there. They still have two good receivers over there. Lockett's getting a bit long in the tooth. Um, DK Metcalf is going to be DK Metcalf. Uh, is it time to get them some help on the offensive line and help Geno Smith out? I think that's one way to go. But with a player like I don't know, just we don't know about this guy. Somebody partying too much and we didn't hear about it. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. Seattle's on the clock. There's 3 minutes left with Seattle. They're still on the clock. Look, Dallas Turner's still out there. Quinton Mitchell's my guy on the offensive side of the ball. If you want to protect your quarterback, um, still my number one tackle. Uh, look, look, there are real big. Byron Murphy's still out there at listen, oh my god. I don't know if it's time for my boys to move up and do something, but man, there's some good players out here right now. This draft is not at all what I thought it would be. I thought coming into the draft, we'd have a lot of movement. We'd have a lot of people rushing in, and they did it anyway. I think it played out the way I wanted to play out anyway because the pick is in. The pick is in. So not a lot of trade movement, not a lot of people movement, and I'll tell you why. I don't think people are going to risk their draft capital right now because of the just everybody going after quarterbacks and everybody going after wide receivers. It was so important for those teams to go out and get them and 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 have that for their team. That look, this is playing out like I said for those teams that thought there's a lot of healthy players going on at the end of the draft. You're getting to 17. I mean, look, what do we need for Seattle? Let's go with Seattle's team. Okay, Seattle, they need that defensive lineman. So is it time for Murphy to come off the board? I think Murphy is your guy for on a defensive tackle. Offensive guard wise, you need help. You need help at linebacker. You need help at tight end. Not a very big linebacker draft this year, but but there's still the top three linebackers out there. And as everybody knows, the Dallas Cowboys is a linebacker. So listen, I'm not going to say that I'm not happy about what's going on right now, my friends. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit for legal reasons. Um, we don't want any problems with what they call the man. So let me just get the sound down a little bit. But listen, for NFL fans of your teams right now, I think the one surprise that I did have this draft so far was the Jets. I thought for sure Aaron Rodgers was going to get the tight end that he wanted. Obviously, that wasn't in the cards for him. But I thought for sure they were going to get the tight end. Um, but listen, obviously, we know Aaron Rodgers has a lot of say when it comes to drafts and players that he wants. And obviously, Aaron Rodgers was part of that draft this season. I think he was more worried about not ending up on the sideline this season and making sure he was staying in the game and he was able to play on the field. And that's why the Jets went and got their offensive tackle. Plus, let's be real, they've got a beast. And he's learning from maybe the greatest offensive tackle in the game, Tyron Smith being there. Gives them a load of protection on the offensive side of the ball, opens up a lot of lanes for the running games, protects Aaron Rodgers, gets those receivers on the field. Look for the Jets to make a significant move this season because the more I sit here and the more I work it out and the more I talk about it, I really, really like what they did with that pick. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a pause for the cause. I'm going to check on the Seattle pick right now and see if Seattle made the pick. And see Seattle's out with that right now. So they're on the clock and their pick is still in. Um, so what I'll do is I'm going to wait for the Seattle pick. I'll give you the Seattle pick, and then I'll take a break after the Seattle pick. But look, I think Seattle has an offensive tackle in mind. They got him right now. Dallas Turner. The fact that Dallas Turner is sitting there in a lime green suit is really freaking me out. But I think this is his team. I think Dallas Turner is going to be Seattle Seahawks. By the way, everybody out there in Vancouver who are fake Seattle Seahawks fans, DJ Jerome, you should be screaming at your TV for Dallas Turner right now. Can't go wrong with this guy. Cannot go wrong with this guy. He's going to make a difference in the game. He's definitely going to make a difference in the game. So let's just say what they're saying right now. But look, uh, Seattle, if you want to protect your quarterback, you want to keep receivers on the field. Offensive linemen are still out there right now. They're still going to protect your quarterback. They're still going to have that. Um, this will tell me a lot about Dallas Turner. It will tell me a lot about his character, how he goes into the next season, where he ends up. Listen, Dallas Turner has a chance right now to end up in Jacksonville. Look, look, Dallas Turner in Jacksonville is a problem. It is a problem. So Seattle's pick is going to come in. They did it. Byron Murphy. Okay, great pick for Seattle. They wanted to protect that offensive line, and they did. They went with Byron Murphy the second. Byron Murphy is probably the best um, tackle in the game right now. Obviously, I want everybody that's a defensive lineman, but they've got pressure coming up the middle. Quarterbacks beware in that division. That's not good for San Francisco. They've got an absolute monster coming at them right now. Brock Purdy should stop sleeping right now because he has a beast over there in Seattle. I had him at number one for defensive tackles in the draft this year, and I mean easily number one. And I'm surprised him with this song because obviously, we know with the quarterback situation, with the running back situation is going to be like this. But great pick for Seattle. And with that, we'll take a short pause for the cause, and I will be back. This is Brother Stock Ball, baby. The NFL draft. I'll hit you in a minute. All right, beautiful people. Let me get back to you. I'll tell you why I got back to you so early. There was a trade. We got a second trade of the day. Jacksonville has traded to pick the Minnesota. I think Minnesota right away is going to go and get themselves some Dallas Turner off the bench right now. Smart trade by Minnesota if they go and get their edge rusher. And think about it this way. Listen, even though we have their defensive coordinator right now, Mike Zimmer's my head coach. They're still a defensive minded football team. They still got linebackers out there. They haven't lost that much. And listen, let me try and go back and figure out what their needs were again, because I'm pretty sure edge rusher was one of them, as every team in the NFL is. Give me a second, people. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Here we go. Minnesota's picked up. Dallas Turner's a Minnesota Viking. I told you. Great, great, great trade for Minnesota. Great draft for Minnesota so far. They get the quarterback they need, and at the same time, pick up the number one edge rusher in the draft. If you're Ryan Weeks right now, I don't want to hear you for the week, but you should be very, very, very happy with what your team has done during this draft. I don't know the details of the draft, the trade yet. I'll get back to you on that. But great trade right now. Great trade. Here's the thing. That's smart too. Because coming up next, we have Cincinnati, and Cincinnati has a chance right now. Cincinnati has a big chance right now to pick up a lot of needs. Listen, they need. I don't care what they do in Cincinnati, as long as they shore up that offensive line. You can look at an offensive lineman or tackle coming off the board for Cincinnati. Obviously, they got to protect Joe Burrow. They got rid of Mixon, and one of the receivers, I think T. Higgins is gone too. So they're gonna have to protect Joe Burrow. But this is a big time NFL pick for the Minnesota Vikings. Getting the quarterback they need, getting the number one edge rusher in the draft. Great, great draft so far from Minnesota. In fact, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that right now? Why don't we see if he wants to go up live? I'm sure he's gonna say yes. But even more than that, I'm almost more positive he does not have an iPhone. Mr. Ryan Weeks, you're on live with the Guru.
Oh boy, here we go.
Uh,
What's going on, sir?
Very, very, as much as I don't want to say it, very, very good draft for Minnesota this year.
Good pick. Yep.
You go out, you get the quarterback that you need in a trade. You do another trade, and you get the number one edge rusher in the draft. You should be very happy right now, sir.
I'm very happy right now with the pick that we got. Still, I would have liked Penix, but it's all good.
No, but I mean, well, yeah. Okay, you like okay, but you get you syrup your quarterback problems right now as you got rid of Cousins, and listen, you go out and out of nowhere, because I don't think anybody thought that he was going to stay this long. That was going to stay this long, but you actually pick up the number one edge rusher.
That's a good thing too, since we lost Hunter.
Yeah. You should be very happy. So you don't sound as happy as I thought you would be.
No. Well, I'm okay, but it's just they pick McCarthy is a good QB and everything, but is he gonna be like a scrambling QB? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm concerned about. And can he boogie like the other QBs? You got Caleb Williams that could boogie. You had Daniels who could boogie. You got Penix who could boogie.
Yeah, but listen.
But now it's just to see what's gonna happen with Jefferson. Jefferson is gonna fill this boy out, and then we'll see. Because Jefferson, nothing came out of the storyline regarding Jefferson yet. especially since St. Brown signed that big contract as a wide receiver. You know, Jefferson's you gotta come correct for Jefferson now.
No, but either way, Jefferson's going to get the most money in the league for a wide receiver. That's just fact.
Well, that's facts now. It has to be facts now, especially because St. Brown got that money from Detroit.
Well,
So,
yeah.
you know, and the next boy, then the next boy got 3 years, 96 million. Also, it was 78 million guaranteed. Like that made no sense either.
Well, yeah, and don't forget, CD's going to change the market too when he gets paid. But at the end of the day, I mean, you get to keep Jefferson, hopefully, because there was a lot of talk that just Jefferson was going to go for a trade this year.
That was the talk because Jefferson he was saying he wanted out if they don't get a proper QB to get him the ball. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, we were talking about
the ball.
And we were also talking about the fact that you have a quarterback that's going into one of the best situations in the league right now. He actually has two of the best wide receivers in the game.
Exactly, and he also has an established running back also.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if he can stay on the field.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, you know. So, but it should be an interesting season. Well, what about your Dallas Cowboys? What do you think that's going to be happening with them?
Well, one of the things me and Sidekick talked about at the beginning of the draft was the fact that I was going to take my draft paper and literally throw it away after the third pick because I thought there was going to be so much movement in this draft that people were going to go crazy, but it didn't work out that way at all.
It didn't work out at all. Nope. There was no movements whatsoever.
At all.
And I still don't understand why even my Vikings gave up their 11th pick to the Jets to get the 10th. And they still have
and a fourth. And don't forget,
and another round pick.
Yeah, you gave him a fourth and a fifth. So that I think that's a monster trade for the Jets. And it didn't make sense. It didn't. But you know what I think you were afraid of? I think you were afraid of somebody else jumping in front of you. And
McCarthy.
Yeah, because it looks like you wanted McCarthy this whole time. Because listen, either one of those quarterbacks are going to play good. I like McCarthy a bit more than Nix, but it looks like you like Nix better too.
Nix.
Well, Bennett exactly, but Nix for short. But it seemed like you liked him better.
Yes, I like him. I like Bennett better because he's a running QB also. That's the whole thing. I'm thinking a QB in the Minnesota offense is more dangerous because now you can bring in the play action. You don't know if the QB is gonna run, and with the running back, you're pretty hot. And then if he fakes it to the running back, he still has two wide receivers that he can toss the ball to, and he got a dirty tight end with Hutchinson.
Yeah. I just like you to know right now that they're doing a commercial for Caitlin Clark in her first NBA basketball game. Yeah.
On the Lakers game?
At the draft right now.
Oh, I turned off the draft. I just went to see the Lakers game.
Because even though Caitlin and her team lost, they still got to see the president. I think we all know what that's about a little bit.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows the politics on that. Come on.
I mean, we won't mention it. Brothers talk ball. You know what I mean? This is a happy thing. It's the NFL draft. And it just crossed my mind as I was looking at the TV, Mr. Ryan. I had to mention it out for the kids, sir. Going back to my Cowboys, I'm very happy about the Cowboys right now because of all this movement, which is what I hope that happened. The Bengals picks are in. The Bengals took. Okay, the Mims. So the first center's off the board. I'm a bit upset about that because I need a center. Here's why that's a great pick for them. They have to protect Burrows. I knew they were going to go offensive line. I didn't know they were going to go center, but they actually really needed that.
Yeah, they took an offensive tackle. Yeah.
Yeah, and they really, really needed that. So it works for me. And that brings the Rams to the clock right now. Listen.
The football picks are interesting. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Chicago's picks are very good. They picked up a Q and a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's it. And listen, it brings up the Rams right now. The Rams are on the clock. Listen, Jared Verse, who obviously is the second leading edge rushers on the board right now. And Mitchell's still out there. So the number one quarterback still out there right now. And a team like the Rams, we know a team like the Rams, they love their quarterbacks, right?
I'm on the phone. September 16th.
Yeah. So are you at fake work too, like the sidekick?
I'm not working right now. No, I'm not.
Mhm.
No, I'm not working right now. But it's just the wife was just asking a certain question. I was telling her I was talking on the phone. So
Yeah.
to make a long story short, guess what's back? Cooking's back. Guess what's back? Cooking's back.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what's not back though? My smoker or my barbecue. So why don't you sing about that? Now that we're on the air, why don't you tell all the people when I'm getting my barbecue and when I'm getting my smoker? Sing about that one.
Whenever you're ready to go to the store and buy one. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Wow.
There you go. Whenever you're ready to go buy one.
Doesn't me wrong. Doesn't me
give you some options where you can buy one, and I'll take you to pick it up.
Doesn't me wrong all the time. Listen, the Rams are in need right now of a defensive tackle now that your boy retired. Do they go that way? Do they look for another receiver? Where do you think the Rams look right now?
I think the Rams have to get themselves a rusher also. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Jared Verse would go there too.
Yeah, they gotta get themselves a rusher with Mr. Arnold retiring and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's threatened by their defensive line since he's gone. Now, if they pick up a stud, I don't know who's out there in college football who's a stud rusher.
So Jared Verse is a stud and he's there right now.
Is he? He's still available.
He's still available right now.
So we'll see what happens with the LA Rams and see if they pick them up and see. Let's see what happens here.
But here's the thing: the LA Rams are still on. They're talking to somebody because they're still on the clock and there's 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So somebody might be looking to move up right now, my man.
I doubt it. Let me see here what's going on. Hold on, everybody's waiting to see. Let's see.
They're down to 130 and they haven't made a move yet. They're on the phone with somebody.
Yeah, they're still waiting.
Listen, they are running this clock down.
We don't see the commissioner coming out yet.
No, they are seriously. Okay, the pick is in. So they were obviously on the phone talking to somebody.
Yeah, but it didn't work out. Unless they're still picking somebody, and then they're gonna trade them before they because they always do trades after the draft.
Well, of course, and that's what I was saying. For teams like the Raiders, there's still quarterbacks out there. You know what I mean? Tyrod Taylor's still out there. Jacoby Brissett's still out there.
Picked up the tight end.
Yeah, they picked up Bowens. And listen, I thought for sure he was going to the Jets. And Adam the Jet's been like singing him for like 3 weeks now. Just singing his name for 3 weeks.
Jets offense does with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers likes his tight end still.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's exactly why. But you know what? But here's what they were thinking. And I think Aaron Rodgers must have been thinking the same thing. Aaron Rodgers, protect me. Give me an offensive tackle. We got Tyron Smith over there. I don't think anybody's going to look at Aaron Rodgers this year. The protection they have on that offensive line this year is crazy.
Well, okay, they look good off paper, but always what happens on the field. It's a different story.
Well, this is true.
Aaron Rodgers being healthy is going to be a good thing. I'm even looking to even see if I can even go down to New York and catch a game.
But no, I'm down with you. We can go to the Dallas, New York game when the schedule comes out.
Yeah, but they always play a Sunday night game.
Yeah, but you got a problem with Sundays?
Sunday night games, yeah, because certain people like me work on Monday mornings.
Come on, Ryan. We're on air right now, Ryan. Don't lie to people. They can't see your face. Don't do that to yourself right now.
People like me work Monday mornings, very early in the morning.
Wow.
I get up, I say good morning to my crew. Good morning, crew. Good evening, crew. Good afternoon, crew.
You know what I'm going to do right now? Because I don't know why I didn't do this right now. I'm going to put you on Bluetooth because I'm sitting here holding my phone and there's no reason for me to be holding my phone right now. Hold on a second, sir. Here. Did you call that an iPhone too? Wow. Wow. I just rude for all kind of no reasons, man.
Oh, shoot. Bluetooth wasn't existing when the iPhone 2 came out.
Wow.
Come on, D. Upgrade your shit, dog.
That's just wrong on so many levels, B. I forgot how to do my. Okay, listen, guys, I'm gonna keep Ryan on the phone for a minute. I'm just gonna take a short break. I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. Ryan, stay on the phone. I'm gonna figure out how to move you to Bluetooth, but I won't let these people see how I look right now because I don't want you talking bad about me. All right, let me get this on, Ryan. Hold on. All right. Mr. Weeks, are you there? Mr. Ryan Weeks. Ryan, are you there? Hold on.
iPhone 2 don't work.
Okay, I got you there. I got you there, sir.
Okay.
You are now on
Can you
Bluetooth.
hear me
So
now?
yeah, I got you. I got you. So I'm gonna move you over. We're good. All right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the phone right now on the line is Mr. Ryan Weeks.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening once again.
I don't know why you gotta sound like
No.
you're Barry White. Why are you talking directly into the phone like that, B?
But I just want you, okay, first of all, if you have me on the air, I keep telling you, you have to upgrade your shit. Okay? Your Commodore 64 and your iPhone 2 are non-compatible electronics. You
Wow.
understand?
Wow.
So, like, you gotta come correct, man. Upgrade.
Wow.
You
That is
know,
that's
IBM has special on computers. You know,
that is wrong on so many levels. I don't even want to get into
you
it.
know,
Sir.
Microsoft has special on computers. You know, like it doesn't hurt to go to Google and go and get yourself like a proper like laptop.
First of all, you know what it does
You
to me
know.
when you speak French. Do not say on go all the time. It'll just
Okay, Staples.
thank you. Mr. Jared Verse, the number 2 defensive pass rusher, just went to the Los Angeles
The
Rams.
Rams.
I think that's a
Good
great. I
pickup.
think that's a great pick for them.
Yep, definitely. And we're just discussing that. They need somebody who could rush the QB and put some pressure on the help out their defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And that's exactly what they wanted, right? That puts Pittsburgh on the clock. Listen, Pittsburgh knows what they're doing this year. I mean, their pick is in already. I'm looking at maybe a center over there, or maybe an offensive tackle, offensive guard. They need they need protection for the quarterback over there.
I think they're going with a threat downfield.
Really? You think they need one?
Yeah.
They have Devontae Johnson still. They still have Pickens. They still have a good tight end. I don't know if they really need that right now.
I think they might go with a threat. I think they might go with an offensive threat.
Really?
To help Russell. Yeah.
Well, Russell or
Yeah.
Fields? Russell or Fields, sir?
Listen, Russell's going to be the starting QB.
Who's going to be the end QB by the end of the year? Is it going to be Russell?
If Russell starts off strong, I think he might be the ending QB. If he struggles in his first 2-3 games, I think it's going to be Fields. But Fields has to come in and step up too. Fields can't come in and shit the pan too, you know. So we're gonna have to see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. But me as a coach, I will give both QBs a 50-50 chance to be the starting QB. You can't be calling Russell Wilson the starter right from the get-go. You understand?
Well, I think they did that so they wouldn't have a quarterback controversy going into the season. But who knows what's going to happen during camp?
They should have let a controversy. They should have let that go on. Let them fight for their spot, man, and then let the best man start. You know,
So
Russell Wilson has nothing to complain about. He can stand on the bench and make his $30 million. Who cares?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So my question to you, Ryan. My question to you, Ryan, is how much of a rope do you give Russell Wilson?
Oh, short roll. Short. Very short. Very short. As a veteran QB with as much experience as he has and everything, as a Super Bowl champ QB and everything, no. You come in, you gotta be able to carry the offense like a champ and show your experience.
So
And
he
if
has to
you
play.
can't do that, then you can't say the rookie, but let the man come in, let the youngster come in and show you how it's supposed to be done. Because Fields is a very good QB, but every time he has an opportunity to shine, either something happens to him, bad luck. You understand what I'm saying?
So in your
It's
mind,
just
Russell
like
Wilson has to come out balling right away.
balling. Can you see how I see what's going on? Like, let's go back to Robert Griffith. Robert Griffith, when he came out of college, he was a baller. And the only reason why his career ended because the coach was foolish to keep him in there with his injured knee.
Right.
You understand? And then Robert Griffith now is a commentator, and doing commercials.
Well, yeah, but and Shanahan never gets criticism for that, but he killed that poor boy's career.
He killed him.
I meant to say, man, yeah, he killed his career.
Too long.
Yeah, and nobody talks about it. Nobody says anything about it.
I told you. Oh no, that's sorry. They're going back to the Chicago Bears pick. Sorry, my bad. They're going back and forth. I'm waiting for the Steelers pick. Come on, Steelers. Let's see who you're picking.
And Steelers put us we're at number 20 now. So we're only 4 picks away from your Dallas Cowboys, my friend.
Your Dallas Cowboys.
Sorry, I said your Dallas Cowboys, sir.
Not my Dallas Cowboys. Your Dallas Cowboys.
Our Dallas Cowboys, sir.
No, not our Cowboys. No, sorry. No. No. I do not, I will repeat, I do not support the Dallas Cowgirls. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant, Cowgirls.
Watch your mouth, sir. Question to you. New head coach, obviously new quarterback. What are you expecting from your team this year?
From which team?
What are you expecting from your team this year, sir?
My team, my Vikings team?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, I also want to make sure we're very clear on that because I'm not talking about your Cowgirls. But my Vikings team, I think they might finish a strong second in the division.
Okay.
A strong second because Detroit is a team to be reckoned with.
Right.
So, but your Dallas team,
look, we're a team that has a lot of holes. You know what I just thought about for my Dallas Cowboys that I didn't think about right now? We haven't had a cornerback come off the board yet. And if the number one cornerback is sitting there at 24, I'm taking him.
But why?
Because we have Jordan Lewis, who's only has 1 more year. We have Stephon Gilmore, who's may not get picked up again. Diggs is coming off an injury. Jerron Bland and another rookie. Listen, you need youth, right? You got 5 years of a balling cornerback, sorry. And why not start now? But listen, I'm the same for any position that we need. So if the number one center's out there, I'll take them. If the number one cornerback is out there, I'll take him. If the number one guard's out there, I'll take him. A guard hasn't come off the board yet. I'll take him.
No, but how about the towel boy? You guys will take that too because you guys need a towel boy and a Gatorade boy for sure. Like, I think you guys should go for a Gatorade boy for the towel boy. So you guys get some guys some water, some Gatorade on the bench, on the bench and on the field when needed. When you guys have your timeouts, I think that's what you guys need first.
You know what? We have a problem in the black community, and it starts right here. This is where the problem in the black community starts because you just can't you can't be there for each other, man. You got to knock each other down like that, man. It does look like Pittsburgh's pick is in, and they went with another one of the Fatamu brothers. Troy Fautanu, like great pick for the Steelers. I mean, obviously we said they needed help on the offensive line. They were thinking that way. Great pick for them.
Yeah. This guy's from Honolulu. From Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the same family.
Absolutely. And we're talking about a need that they had, right?
It's interesting.
That's it.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I think teams now, with the players that are out there, are going to go for need, right? And look where the Steelers were last year. Look where they needed the most help, right?
But the teams are picking up what they actually need. I'm trying to stay just to watch to see who Dallas is going to pick up. Because I really feel sorry for you guys. But like the rumor is it's going to be the Water Boy. So the internet don't lie. You know what I'm saying? The internet says like Dallas needs a proper water boy to give Dak Prescott some water on the field when he calls his timeouts, or when he feels pressured.
Okay, we're gonna get back to the picker. First guard comes off the board. Obviously.
But why are you avoiding the obvious?
Well, okay, listen. Obviously, the Pittsburgh Steelers are thinking they're gonna have to protect who's at quarterback this year. One of the problems that they had last year, they just had no protection anywhere on the offensive line. So that's obviously where they're going. I mean, I would have loved to have picked him up. I knew he was still out there. Obviously, we need guard help. Obviously, need tackle help. I'll take either. But a great run blocker gets out to the edge. He's a problem out there, and that's a great pick for the Steelers.
Well, we'll see what happens in training camp. The training camp defines a lot too, also.
Well, he definitely has a motor. He definitely gets out there. He's definitely going to give you everything. And listen, he's one of the Polynesian players. We know how they work, man. They just sit in the pocket. And you don't get to them, right? Plus, he actually gets up the field a little bit. I like this pick only because I don't think at this point in the draft the Steelers were thinking they were going to get the best guard out there. We're talking about pick number 20, Ryan, and the number 1 guard's still out there. This draft is crazy right now.
Well, the draft went as predicted, give and take for the top 5 players. So, anything that happened after the top 5 players that people won't expect, give and take. So, but let's just wait and see who's going to be picked up in the 24th pick. Because the 24th pick, I don't think it's going to be worth anything major, give and take. So I can basically go to bed right now and smile and be happy for your Cowgirls if you guys pick the Water Boy or the Towel Boy first.
I don't know why.
You still have the top Water Boy still available. Nobody picked him up yet, but I know Dallas needs one. So let's go, Dallas. Pick up that Water Boy. Trust me, he'll round the field very quick for you.
I mentioned my boy Chop Robinson. He's out there. Quentin Mitchell. I can't believe he's still out there. Miami knows who they want. Their pick is in right away. They're not waiting. So it looks like Miami's going to get the player they wanted. They didn't wait for him. Where do you see Miami going right now? Miami's their bubble got a little burst last year. As soon as Tyreek Hill got hurt, they became average. Before that, they were unhuman. I think at one point they were 11-3. They looked like nothing was stopping them. Tyreek gets injured. So where do they need help now? Do they need it on the defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball? Where do you see the Miami needing help right now?
Still on defense. Because Miami still has a lot of offensive threat. Even if Tyreek gets hurt, they still have a few receivers that could still. I'm surprised because the rumor was that San Fran, and I know a certain individual won't be happy with that, but San Fran was trying to get rid of Ayuko, the next one there.
Yeah, exactly. Debo,
yeah. So, I don't know.
He's trying to say they're not, but listen, we knew coming into the draft that they were up there for draft debate. Everybody was sitting there saying maybe one of these guys are going to go.
And that's the rumor.
That's it. But you mentioned defense. The number 1 cornerback is still out there. Do you think Miami goes and grabs him now?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. That can still happen. Absolutely. But I think we need a rusher.
But don't you think they need help on the offensive line? But you're a defensive-minded coach. That's the problem with you.
I'm a defensive-minded coach. Nope.
You never.
Nope. 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 That is correct. Because I always say, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships, baby.
First of all, don't ever in your natural born black life call me baby on air again.
All right.
Because I will start calling you Ryan Diddy allegedly.
Don't you ever put that name
I said allegedly
in front of my name. Yeah, exactly. Correct yourself.
I said allegedly,
I do
sir.
not want to be affiliated with none of that type of behavior.
I said allegedly, sir.
You know, because I know your so-called GM was hanging out at his house a few times.
My so-called GM has a lot of money in his pocket. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And he hangs out with, the Diddy crew. Exactly.
He's not your concern, my friend. He's not your concern.
Yeah. No, he's not my concern. He's your concern.
I don't have any concerns. I'm having a very good draft so far, as long as they don't mess it up. Like the thing about the way the draft is worked so far is like all that quarterback, running back. All that quarterback nonsense. By the way, number one running back still out for grabs right now.
Yeah, and the number one DB, Cooper Deshaun. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. More of the defensive departures. See, they lost a lot of defensive players. I told you. Defensive tackle, linebacker, safety, cornerback. I told you. They're picking up the defensive player, man. Watch.
Yeah, it's a joke. They got Chop Robinson. I listen, I like Chop Robinson. Where did I have him at? I had him somewhere around number 4, I believe.
There you go. Here's the pick.
Yeah, I had him at number 5 on my pass rushers.
The pick is in.
Yeah, they got Chop Robinson. Listen, Philly's on the clock. Philly has to go get the number 1 center right now.
I told you, what I tell you, they're taking a defensive player. Man, don't talk to me, boy. I tell you, defense wins championships, baby. Offense sells tickets. Stay in your lane, know your role. I tell you.
Who's Roy?
What?
Who is Roy?
Roy?
You said, I told you they were taking a defensive player, Roy.
No, I didn't say Roy. I said stay in your lane, boy. Boy.
There are no boys here, sir.
Okay, cowgirl. Girl. All right, girl. Girl. Okay. There you go.
You are an extremely, extremely, extremely ignorant individual, sir.
I am. But you know what?
The Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock. Where do you go for Philadelphia right now, sir? I mean, you picked up Saquon Barkley. You lost a Pro Bowl center, probably maybe the greatest center to ever play the game. You lost your middle linebacker, perennial Philadelphia Eagle. You have no secondary to speak of right now. Do you go for Quentin Mitchell?
You go for whatever you think will help you get over that hump.
So where do you think that hump is with Philly right now?
Well, if you lost a lot of the defensive players and you lost the offensive center, the backup center, how was he? Is he good? Don't know.
Okay, here's a real question, Ryan. I don't think so. Here's a real question, Ryan. Is the jury out on Jalen Hurts? Is he overrated? Is he not as good as everybody thinks he is?
He got exposed last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are we looking at something that we don't know what we're looking at right now? Are we looking at Jalen Hurts that made it to the Super Bowl?
We're looking at Jalen Hurts looks like the Dak Prescott of Dallas Cowboys.
Why does my name always got to go in your mouth, B?
Just let you know. Because, you finished with the best record in the NFL and then choking the playoffs. And then you got the Dallas Cowboys who technically had the best defense in the NFL and choking the playoffs.
Well, Philly is definitely on the phone with somebody because
so it's like they're in the same game. So who knows what's going to happen?
Well, Philly's down to their last minute, so they don't know what they're doing, or they're on the phone with somebody right now. But then again, Philly has a lot of problems on both sides of the ball. I totally think they got to get a center right now, or they got to get a guard to help them out. I don't know why they would go to the defensive side of the ball. Plus, you got Saquon back there, and you got to protect him too.
Oh, it was Saquon.
And if the truth is that Jalen Hurts was hurt all year last year, you got to protect him, no?
Who's the backup QB for Philadelphia?
I couldn't tell you. Well, they made up their mind.
Yeah.
Their pick is in, but I couldn't tell you who their backup is.
They're making the call right now.
Yeah,
They're still on the phone.
Their pick. Yeah,
Who
their
they're
pick is in.
talking to?
Their pick is in.
Who are they going after? That's the cornerback. Quinyon Mitchell. Let's see.
Mm.
He looks kind of
Yep.
who's there? These guys in their suits kill me.
Exactly.
He's another one. He's another stud right there. Yeah, they got cornerbacks. Let's see. Nobody. I see nobody in the back.
Look, they've got to get Quinyon Mitchell right now, the number one fucking cornerback in draft. I hate it that they get him though, but they have to take him because they have no secondary. They have to take him. I was hoping to get him. I was hoping he was going to drop down to 24, but Philly has to take him. They have absolutely nobody in their secondary. Plus, having a cornerback in that secondary, somebody to stop their at least one big receiver on the other team, makes that front four a bit better. We all know you're a defensive coach. You know how much a cornerback helps your front line. It's not the sexiest pick to most teams, but a good cornerback makes your it makes your defensive line and your linebackers better.
You have stud linebackers. It makes your defense look amazing.
So you're telling me you're not a fan of cornerbacks?
No,
you're not.
Because cornerbacks are always suspect.
Wow.
Me, I prioritize my linebackers. Because I always say the core of the defense is the linebackers. Once you get past the linebackers, there's open field one-on-one against DBs or safeties.
So you're telling me you prioritize your linebackers over your defensive linemen?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Ryan, when you played football, what position did you play again?
Linebacker.
Oh, I couldn't tell. Shut up. Shut up. Fucking idiot. Can't stand this guy, man. This guy's a real idiot, man. Start coaching from your heart, not your mind, man.
Yeah. It's okay, buddy. It's all good. It's all good.
This real donkey, been a linebacker his whole life, and all he wants to talk about is linebackers. Your cornerbacks help your linebackers.
I started off as a running back, then went to DB, and then moved to linebacker.
Exactly.
I saw my career as a linebacker.
Exactly. You started off as a running back. They realized you couldn't run, you couldn't read a playbook. Then you moved over to quarterback. You couldn't go to quarterback because you had no speed and you couldn't see anything. Then they moved to the linebacker because they just said stand there and wait for somebody to run into you. I know your whole career, Ryan.
Yeah, you do, right?
I know your whole career. Is there your whole career, Ryan?
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, okay.
Same thing when you play defense. Ryan, just stand near the line, man. You're big enough. They'll run into you. Don't worry about it, Ryan.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
And just make sure you protect Darryl.
Yeah. Here we go.
I think Philly needs a center. I think Philly needs a guard. I think Philly's going to take a cornerback.
We're going to see what I think they're going to pick probably a DB.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the D. I think they're going to get the DB. I think it makes sense for them to take a DB. They really need help there. Darian Slade, you know what I mean? Like, what happened to Darian Slade? You know what I mean? Like, no, they actually need cornerback help.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens.
So what do you say, Ryan? What do you say?
They might take the center. They might take Graham Burton from Duke.
Yeah, that's what I'm praying they don't. I want them to come over here. But I know they need a center. I know for a fact they need a center.
Well, over where?
And Philly, and don't forget, they paid both the receivers and they got Saquon. They better get help on that offensive line. I don't care what they think about cornerback. Yep, they grabbed their cornerback. But listen, good pick for Philly, and they had to. Yeah. Yep. They had to. And I mean, the fact that the Philly does this every year, man. Every year, for some reason, a number one player falls into Philly for no fucking reason, man. I don't get it, man.
There you go.
I don't
There you
get
go. I told you, Kenyon Mitchell called it.
I don't get it, man.
I tell you all the time, man. Defense wins championships, buddy. And you know
But
what?
what's scaring me now, what's really, really scaring me now is Dallas going after a running back. I don't want a
tell
running back.
you-
I want a need position. I want a defensive lineman.
The Cowgirls ain't getting nobody but the water boy. And on that note, it's my curfew time because, you know, us people who work regular jobs gotta get up early in the morning and everything. I gotta hit the sack because usually I'm in the sack at like 10:30. And stop calling me late at night like I'm up like you. No, I'm not. I'm sleeping.
Late at night. Hold on.
Is that understood?
I
Call me at
literally called you at
11:30,
10. I literally called you at 10:30 late at night.
You called me at 11:30, 11:30, and 12:15.
Oh,
Don't
you
let
mean
it
the other
happen
night?
again.
Yeah. I was hoping to wake you up.
Don't let it happen again.
Oh, shut up, Negro. I'll call you at 1:00 in the morning this morning. You bother me.
All
Ladies
right,
and
have a
gentlemen,
good
I'm
night,
getting him
sir.
off the
Good
phone.
luck.
It is Ryan Weeks. You're going to hear from him this year. He's very happy about
Absolutely.
his Minnesota Vikings. And join us every Monday for Monday Night Football. We'll probably be back at Rapids in LaSalle. We're working on that right now. We're going to go bigger and better this year. It is Brothers Talk Ball. It is Ryan Weeks. Get off the phone, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a good night and upgrade your Vic 20, please. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
All
Ryan.
right.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Goodbye. All right. So that means we're going to go back to the phone lines and call Sidekick and get him on the air for the Dallas Cowboys pick. Why not? No answer. No. Oh, did he turn his phone off? No answer. He turned his phone off probably. Okay, listen, man. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about all these good players falling to Philly for no damn reason, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted him, and he moved all the way down to 22. How is that possible? Ugh. Oh man, this is sickening. Does that mean we're next? I think it does. No, because of the trade. Or did we trade? Hold on, let me get to this. Yeah, we were next, but I think we traded our pick. I don't know. I think we traded our pick, and we may have been upset because we didn't get the player we wanted just now. Dallas. That one hurt a little bit, man. That would have been a nice pick. But listen, I'm very happy with where we're at in the draft right now. Listen, number ones, which is what you want in any draft anyway. They get the number one corner or whatever. Number one center still out there. The number one guard left, tackle left. Linebacker still out there, and number one running back still out there. So there's still a lot of number ones that we got going. Inside line. Okay, let me take it to linebacker group. To actually see what stuff, because I might actually be a little wrong. Yeah, Edrin Cooper is still out there. Wilson's still out there. Colston's still out there. Yeah, but Philly gets a monster pick. The pick is in for Jacksonville. Jacksonville has, by the way, guys, how many more picks do we have after Dallas? Might leave early tonight. Might leave after the Dallas pick. I don't know. In the brand new studios, by the way. In the brand new studios, expect more from the studio this year as we're building and trying to make everything better. Look for more highlights this year. Look for more interactions. The phone lines are going to be open every week this year, as you saw with Ryan. The phone lines are going back up this year. more interaction, more online presence. We have a social media director that's going to get the word out this year. Expect bigger and better things from Brothers Talk Ball this year. We're coming at you hard. Expect more of a presence from me too, as Hollywood is calling me again, and it's time to go back to work. So, expect more of a presence from me. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great end of the year for Brothers Talk Ball, and for your boy the Guru. Jacksonville's pick is in. They went with Brian Thomas Jr. Let's see where that goes. I think it was an edge rusher. Lineman. By the way, they brought up an interesting point that I didn't even think about either. There's still a balling receiver out there Dallas can grab. Look, a lot of great players out there in the draft right now, guys. But look for them to take a receiver right now, which I hope they do. I hope they do. Dallas needs a myriad of picks right now, but man, all they have to do is not mess this one up, and do not take a fixer. Do not take somebody you have to work on. Take a starter that's ready to play right now. Jacksonville's pick is in. So they did take the wide receiver. So listen, we're talking about a touchdown maker, and he goes to Trevor Lawrence. Couldn't be in a better position. He's a speedster as well. We know how much. Great draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. They're having a great draft as well. The Dallas Cowboys are on the clock right now. Let's talk about the needs for the Dallas Cowboys, okay? Since it's my time right now. Forget about everybody in this dumb draft. It's time for me to talk about why I'm here. We need help everywhere. Offensive tackle, center, running back, cornerback, defensive lineman. There are still heavy, big names out there. Number one center still out there. Offensive tackle, we need so bad. My fear is moving Tyler Smith out to offensive tackle because, listen, he became a Pro Bowler inside. I want him to stay inside where he's comfortable, where he likes being. I don't want to move him outside. Terrence Steele, another player that got a lot of money coming off of injury. Terrence Steele is just going to have to step up this year. Obviously, he's going to be a starting offensive tackle, but he has to step up. Do we get him help on the other end? There's help on the other end if the draft is out there. I just don't want a player that we have to do work on. I do not want that. Dallas, like they always do, is waiting to the last minute to think about this, which I don't like. By this point in the draft, I really wanted to know that they had that pick in right away because at least they would have known what they wanted and they would have saw it. All the players are on their board of the most wants and the most needs. They should have known who they wanted. We're at 2 minutes now, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. They still don't have the pick in, which means they're thinking about it. So where do they go? Where do they go? For me, we have a defensive-minded coach right now. I'm sure he's going to show up the defense. I'm not worried about that, man. I'm worried about protecting Dak. I'm worried about running the ball and creating lanes. I'm worried about getting the ball to receivers. I'm worried about the offensive side of the ball. Defense is not bothering me as much as it did last year. Mostly because of the coach. Like I said with Dan Quinn, these young coaches are terrors on these older coaches. But Zimmer has proven to be a really, really good defensive coach. And I like that. And it's 1 minute and 41 seconds, and Dallas doesn't have their pick in. So in perfect Dallas Cowboys schemes, they're sitting in that room right now, probably blowing their face up, unless they're talking to somebody about a trade. But I should have had that pick in. I should have had that. If you give me 5 minutes, I wanted that pick in at 490 because at least I would have known they got their player in, and they're still talking. They are still talking. It is 1 minute and 11 seconds left, and Dallas still hasn't decided what they're doing with the pick. And you got McCarthy. Oh my gosh. You know, guys, this might be a long season for me. It might be a very long season for my Dallas Cowboys. I don't know, man. We're at 51 seconds and the pick still isn't in, and they're sitting at the table just meandering, trying to figure it out. We have Graham Barton and we have Terrion Arnold for me right now. I'm not gonna lie, I want either one of those two brothers right now. Give me the center, give me the guard, or give me the tackle. But that's what I want. Hold on a second. Yeah. Give me Graham Barton from Duke. I'll take him. Dallas is down to 10 seconds. Dallas is down to 7 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Did they miss their pick? The Dallas Cowboys missed their pick. The Dallas Cowboys missed their draft pick. Unless they just traded it to Detroit and I didn't know that. Hold on a second, please. Hold on a second, please. The Detroit Lions are on the clock, which means either the Dallas Cowboys traded their pick to Detroit or they missed their draft pick. Which means we're moving down to number 29. I like it. Let me tell you something right now. If I got draft capital right now, I like it. I like it. But let me see what they're saying over here. Unless they miss their pick. If they miss their pick, I'm gonna get off the line right now. I'm gonna get offline right now. I'm gonna end this podcast right now. They better have traded that pick to Detroit, or we're gonna have a problem. They didn't trade the pick. The pick is in. So I'm gonna wait with you to see the pick. If they go for running back, it's not a real crazy running back draft. Okay, still number one. They traded it. That's Dan Campbell shit, though. Dan Campbell's a former Cowboy, so I'm sure he know we needed the help. So I'm sure he helped it out the boys. Which means I'm staying here, kids. I'm at least here till pick 29. And we're at 24 right now. I don't. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I mean, the way the draft has been going now, there's a lot of great players out there. We picked up more capital. Not mad right now. Not upset about the trade. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm really not upset about this trade with the Dallas Cowboys right now, man. I cannot lie to you. I am not upset about it. Not in the least. That means Detroit really wanted their player, and they're gonna get the player that they wanted.
Yo,
You ready to jump on?
no, I had to fucking race home once the fucking shit cut
All right, what
sorted at work. So
I got you online
where
right
are we
now.
at in the first round?
I got you online right now. The Dallas Cowboys have traded their number 24 pick to Detroit.
Oh no way, they did it, eh?
Yeah.
What'd they get?
I don't know yet. They didn't tell the details of it. I'm trying to find out where I can find it.
Where's Detroit picking? Hopefully they fucking kept the first round pick.
Yeah, because Detroit, we only moved 5 spots down. So instead of 24, we pick at 29. And plus we got draft capital. Plus,
How do you feel about that though? There had to have been someone you wanted.
I've been talking to the people. Yeah, there had to be somebody I wanted, and everybody's out here. I mean, Philly, I don't know how Philly does this every year, man. But Philly picked up the number 1 corner at 22.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
there's a few corners though. There's not like a one bona fide one though. There's a few.
No, I feel you.
But
I
still,
feel you. I feel you. And if I can pick up
that far, though, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and if I could pick up a bit of help with that, like I'm not mad at that either.
What spot was that right in front of you? Because that's a pick that you would have fucking liked.
Who's that?
Cornerback. You would have liked to go on that corner.
I wanted the corner. That. Yeah, I was upset when he went to Philly, but I would like the corner. But now the fact that I got more capital works for me. Like it really does work for me with all the help that I need. But there's still really great players out right now, man. All this quarterback and wide receiver.
Depends on what you get back. Depends what you get back. It depends on what you got in exchange to move down 5 spots. Might be a good move, but what did Detroit end up taking? Are they on the clock right now?
Yeah, they're on the clock right now. Their pick is in. It's coming right now.
Do you actually your technology worked and you connected it and I'm on the actual air right now? I'm not just talking.
No. They got Terry and Arnold. Not a bad pick.
Are we on right now, or is this like just a phone call?
We're online.
I don't trust your technology.
We're online.
There you go.
You are live and back on the podcast.
What, 10 more picks until my Niners, eh?
Until your what?
Still a ways to go. My Niners pick, still a ways away.
Nobody cares about your Niners, B.
Oh, okay, anyway. Okay, buzz me back when it's closer to the Niners pick. I got to get my kid down here.
I don't know if I'm going to be on that long. Okay, depends on. I may go after the Cowboy pick, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, give me a buzz.
All right, I'm going to leave you off for a second and take a little bathroom break. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I got to pee a little bit. I'll be back in a second, guys.
pigeonhole. I'm a night owl, it's a different mode. I'm a
Hi, who's your favorite rapper? Mine's Tupac. Hi, who's your favorite rapper? Mine's Tupac. Remember his song Changes, where he sang of the injustices faced by Black Americans with the overarching theme of police brutality and government corruption? Imagine the US president had sentenced him to death for his.
What up, beautiful people? We're back. It is me, your board certified fantasy football and all sports guru, taking a little break. It is the NFL draft. Dallas Cowboys were supposed to go 24th. They traded down to 29, got some picks in the later rounds. We'll see what they want to do. What's still out there? We still got guards out there. We still got centers out there. Still got a running back out there. We still have cornerbacks out there. Not number ones. Number ones are kind of gone, but still a lot of help that we need. So Arizona still has the pick coming up in a trade that they got from the Bucks. I think the Bucks are coming up. The Bills are coming up. Bills are a team. Yeah, Bucks are coming up now. The Bills are a team that need a lot of help too. I think their pick is in. Let's check that out, shall we? The Bucks pick is in. They took my guy Graham Barton. Dallas. They took my center, so Graham Barton comes off the board. I really, really, really wanted him. We could have had him at 24. Thing about it too, he has left tackle abilities as well as center, and I think he would have fit in perfect with Dallas. I don't know why they didn't grab him. I'm starting to not understand the Dallas Cowboys fully. I'm really not. I'm just not understanding. I'm not going to say anything until our pick comes in. Pretty sure at this point it's going to be a running back, and I don't know why. But Barton was a player that's versatile for me that I think we could have used in multiple situations, whether it is center or guard, since he has experience in both positions. I think he's a grade A player, and I think he's a starter right now. One of the things that the Dallas Cowboys cannot give me in this draft is a fixer-upper. I don't want a player that has potential and an upside. I want a starter right now. I want an NFL starting player right now. So we'll see. And I think Graham Barton was that guy. And if I know I could have had him at 24 and I didn't grab him at 29, I'm going to be very upset with the player that we take because I'm not understanding it anymore. Like if you're going to throw away the season, say you're going to throw it away. But if not, start paying people now, please. Start paying people now. Because you're making me sick a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Arizona's up. Darius Robinson, another great pick. Another great edge rusher. Sorry, you had to say tackle. Another big inside guy. Is draft stock rised near the end of the draft this year? Players really like them. You know how you're. I just want to see why the Cowboys dropped down because right now I'm not understanding it. Not understanding it. The only thing that makes me happy about Buffalo is number two things that I love about Buffalo right now. Number one, they're the 28th pick, which means I'm next. And number two, they need help everywhere. They got rid of 7 starters in Buffalo, including Stephon Diggs. Um, there's no doubt they got to protect Josh Allen, or he's not going to play that much longer because he doesn't have that much help around him. So we'll see. I think Buffalo has to go offensive line because no matter what happens, they have to protect Josh Allen. So that's a guarantee. Um, one thing I know since the Dallas Cowboys made that draft pick, like I said when we were picking the first time, that pick better come in right away. Right away. And listen, we needed a I have been begging, and I mean begging for a defensive lineman in Dallas for about 20 years. The same way I used to beg for safeties until we got smartened up about safeties. Same way I used to beg about corners when we got smart about corner. I wanted defensive linemen, big ones are gone, and I want an or just give me something to help me on offense. I got a bad feeling the Dallas Cowboys are gonna draft a running back with nobody to block for him. Not to mention the fact that they're talking to Zeke right now. So draft a running back, bring Zeke back. Talk about the fact. Okay, let me just wait and see who the Dallas Cowboys draft. I am not at all. I am. I'm a fan of drafting back in the draft, especially in a draft that's still relatively strong like this. I mean, it is starting to thin out a little bit. We're only 2 picks away with a team that needs everything, but give me value. Give me a baller right now. And like Arizona's having a pretty good draft too this year. Can't complain about the moves they're making either. Bomb receiver, bomb defensive lineman. I'm mad at that. I don't mind you. I don't mind you. I don't mind. Okay. So Buffalo traded their pick to Kansas City. Kansas City probably saw a player that we wanted and jumped in front of us for him because that's Andy Reid style. To puts them on the clock. I gotta go get a shot of something. I'm gonna be right back. All right, beautiful people, we're back. I went and I got myself a cup of Java, as I think I'm going to need it for what's going on right now. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are going after a wide receiver. Hollywood Brown's out there. They know their pick is out there. I'm just going to take a look and sneak peek and see if the pick is already in. Yeah, 5'11", Xavier Worthy. They went and I think got a receiver. Yeah, let me double check. Let me double check with you kids. Yeah, they went and got a receiver. Andy Reid again. Andy Reid again, showing why he is just one of the best coaches in the NFL. A big need for them. And instead of going out and getting it in the draft, in the trades, he went out and drafted it. That's what you can say about Andy Reid. Sir, are you there? Obviously, idiot. Didn't know I was talking to him still. All right, here we go. The pick for the Kansas City Chiefs is in. So they got a speedster, an Andy Reid's guy, definitely a Patrick Mahomes guy. Slot receiver. There are probably better receivers out there, to tell you the truth, but they know what they want. So listen, I think he ran a 4.21. So here's the thing about Xavier Worthy. If he has hands, which I think he does, and he scarily looks like Tyreek Hill. And he's young. They got a speed stir, my friend. But the good thing about that is there's actually good receivers out there still. And I won't lie to you. Try and catch him, though. It ain't going to happen. Yeah, he can move. Listen, this Xavier Worthy character, he can move. Now, let's go to the Dallas Cowboys because they got their pick in, which makes me happy right now for the Dallas Cowboys. They got their pick in, which means they got the player that they wanted, which means they're not waiting, which I'm happy about. Just make me happy. Listen, I could probably see a running back right here. Oh, no. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, eh? The Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. Wow. I don't know what to tell you. And film me too with McConkey still out there, Mitchell still out there, Longuette still out there. So here's the thing about the Kansas City Chiefs going for a three-peat. Travis Kelce is your first draft pick in the draft this year. Dallas Cowboys pick is in. Travis Kelce is your first pick in the draft this year. because nobody's going to be near him. Why? Because everybody's going to be down there trying to catch Hollywood and this guy. Wow. I'll go on 3. I'll go on Patrick Mahomes. I'll go loud in the street, not even trying to disguise the play. I'll go on 3. I'll go on 3. Hut 1, hut 2, hut 3. You ain't catching them. You're not catching. But I'm the bad guy. And I can easily see what the Dallas Cowboys pick is right now, but I'm going to wait and see it. Here we go. Just make me happy, Dallas. Yeah. 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 I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. We got Tyler Gouton, offensive tackle. I'm really happy. He's a bit of a work in progress, which I didn't want. I wanted somebody ready. But at 6'8", 3 something, fuck out of here, man. I am happy. I'm happy. I'm happy with that pick. Okay, listen, this is your boy, the Guru. Before I go to work tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, we'll recap day 1. We're here all weekend, so between me and Sanchez, we're going to be getting you caught up on every round of the NFL draft, especially by Sunday. Let you know what's going on with each team. I have an offensive tackle. I'm happy in Dallas. Excuse me. I drafted a need, and he's 6'8", and he's a beast. Happy. Could have been happier, but I'm happy. I'm not going to say I'm not happy. All right. It's your boy, the board-certified fantasy football and all sports guru. Thank you for joining me for another season of the draft. I promise you, we get bigger and bigger and bigger every year. Let's do this. See you all weekend. It's your boy. Have a great night.